Hello, hello, hello out there, internet land. Get the camera adjustment. A couple of them. There's a wily dog there on his camera for freaking once. Yeah, and you got a ball and everything. Oh shit, there he goes. There he goes. That's mine. That's my ball. That's mine. That's mine. Goofy son of a bitch. Anyway, hello, welcome, chat. How are you all doing today? It doesn't look too great from the sound of it, but AM says he's sick but still here. I very much appreciate that, and thank you for the gift sub, or not gift sub, but the sub. 38 months, son of a bitch. Thank you, dude. I really appreciate that a lot. I feel sorry for you guys though, because AM, you're sick now, and Brock's been sick for like 2-3 weeks now. And I got something of a small post-nasal drip, but I don't think I qualify as being sick, just inconvenienced ever so slightly. So if I cough a little bit tonight, it's just because of that. I think it's my allergies going a little nuts because it warmed back up, so all sorts of shit being released back in the air. But anyway, I'm sorry to hear that you're sick. Hope everyone is better than me today. My body's setting the bar pretty low, so it should be easy enough. Oh man, dude, I'm sorry. When I got that food poisoning a few weeks back, like a couple weeks back or whatever, I was like straight up incapacitated. So I mean, I can a little bit of recency bias to be able to relate to that right now. But God, yeah, no, that sucks. I'm sorry, buddy. I hope it's at the very least not a digestive thing. Like, I feel like respiratory stuff is very inconvenient and can drain you and all that, yada, yada, yada. But my God, I deal with digestive issues so much worse than I deal with anything like that. But woke up this morning at 6:30, puked several times. Okay, so it is digestive. Several times on and off every 30-40 minutes. Finally stopped around 10. Ugh. Dude, that was pretty much me. I wonder if you got food poisoning too, or if you got like the flu or something. But mine was about a 3-day period where I started feeling ill, then I was just completely out for a day, and then I was really slogging, but at least operable the last day. Trying to eat stuff now, yeah. The important part is unfortunate as it may be, because you'll probably keep throwing up. Hopefully not. I mean, but through that period is stay hydrated. Even if you think you're gonna puke it back up, man. Like, I know I don't need to give you this advice because you're smart enough, but I think it's just smart enough is not really how I want to put it, but you kind of forget in the moment when you're puking, like you don't want to put anything more in you, but you do got to stay hydrated, otherwise things escalate quickly. But yeah, no, I'm sorry for you. I have water, apple juice, and Ensure all next to me. Perfect. No, that's a great setup, dude. A little bit of apple juice to maybe get some, vitamins and shit back in you, some simple sugars to keep your body going. But yeah, no, smart. Well, that being said, I do appreciate you troopering out here and hanging out with me regardless tonight. I think I'm just going to do... I've been digging the 4-hour streams that I've been doing with Brock here for the last couple of months, so I think I'm going to stick to that, because sounds like everybody needs their bed rest tonight, so while I appreciate you soldiering it out with me, I do want you to get to bed at a decent time too, so... And that being said, I don't know how much I will survive tonight if I got this nasal drip shit going on and hacking. I don't know. I mean, I feel fine right now. But that's because I just blew my nose and cleared everything out, and I might be good to go for a half an hour, and then you'll hear me. But no, it's really not bad. I've managed pretty much. It was just all day today. And I'm partially eating PB&J. Nice, dude. Yeah, dude, do what you gotta do. If you need anything, homie, hit me up. I do not mind. I got tonight off after streams, so if you need a brother to go run and get you some medicine or something, I will gladly do that for you, man. So, or even tomorrow if you are feeling worse or something and you want something, hit me up, dude. I'm just gonna be cleaning out my porch and stuff tomorrow, so yeah, don't be afraid if you do need a hand or something. So, God damn it, we're all sick. It's going around, man. I feel like half the crew at work is just now starting to get over what they've all had, and I'm like, how am I dodging all these bullets? I don't like it. But I got hit with another bullet somewhere else, though. I got my bill for my frickin' yearly checkup, and oh, hey, thanks to insurance going way up and everything, the quality of my services, well, not the quality of my service, my coverage, I should say, it's about half as much. So now I have an $800 goddamn bill for a fucking checkup I gotta pay. Yay! Freaking medicine. But anyway, let's not get too deep into that, though. I don't want to kick off things in the freaking negatives here, but Shannon already picked up a few things for me. Awesome. Well, I'm glad she did, man. But offer still stands, though. If you think of something or whatever, I might even be slipping into town after stream to get something myself. So, you know, no big deal. Like I said, you know, if I'm not at work and I'm not sleeping, if you need something, I'll do it for you, man. So, a yearly checkup isn't covered? Hell no. I got the frickin' bronze shit. Like, they cover some of it. They cover, you know, a certain amount of all of my, you know, lab work and shit like that. But, because the original bill was closer to $1,500. So they're covering part of it, but, goddamn, it's just a fucking checkup. Like, it's preventative measures. Most insurances cover the whole damn thing, but, yeah, no, it sucks. It really sucks. $800 is a big deal for me, so. Let's just say I won't be going to the doctor for the rest of the year. Yeah, I'll just tough it out myself. So, anyways, yeah, like I said, I don't want to kick off in a too negative mood here. We're playing Spyro. We're happy. We're continuing Christmas, kind of. But yeah, goddamn, yeah. But yeah, everybody kick back, and I'm gonna stop yapping so hard and get going. So my goal tonight. There we go. It begins. So my goal tonight is I want to push and actually hundo Spyro 1. I'm confident I can do that. I got a couple annoying flying levels ahead of me that I'm gonna have to do. And then I got the last, where did I quit last time? We were in the middle of Dreamweavers, so I gotta finish Dreamweavers, which is the second to last hub world, and then Nasty's world, which is last hub world. And then, yeah, the 2 flying levels, and we're pretty much golden, so. That being said, with the extra time I have, because I'm sure I'll be able to do this in like a couple hours or so, I'm going to start Spyro 2, Ripto's Rage here. Now, with Ripto's Rage, in Year of the Dragon especially, I do not promise a hundo run on those. While I have done it in the past, there are several mini games in both of them. I say several, I mean maybe 3, 4, that are frustrating to finish. And even as a kid with sharper reflexes and a much more sharper mind, which is, you know, not saying much, but but yeah, even with that, as a kid, they were frustrating and usually took me just, you know, the Zap Brannigan method. I had to throw life after life at this thing until it reached its predetermined kill count and shut down. So, no promises on hundos here. I will still try and push and give it the good old college try, but I don't see it happening. But for Spyro 1, I can absolutely do this if I, you know, hunker down on these stupid flying levels. And I'm gonna cheat with the flying levels. I'll give it a couple tries, see if I can figure out the pattern myself. But if I can't, we're gonna do what we did before and check out a YouTube video and go that route. Because the flying levels aren't inherently terrible, but to get all 4 in one go, because you can get gems for doing one set at a time or whatever, but to get the last set of gems, you gotta do 4 in one go, and they want you to usually do something very specific, and if you don't do it very specifically, you're not gonna ever get it, so. Love the shirt being on brand, by the way, that never goes unnoticed. Well, I thank you. I don't have a huge shirt collection, but I have had this good old Spyro shirt that I've had, I don't know, 5 or 6 years, not terrible long, but good enough anyway, right? Gotta remember the one mini game you struggled with Spyro, and I can't imagine it's worse than 2 or 3. Yeah, no. So, yeah, treetops, and then that frickin' wizard up on that one ledge. Oh, dude. No, there's a few in Spyro 2 and 3 that are just, like, oh my god. Like, they're basically just memory games, like almost speedrunner level. Like, the speedrunners, it's not about being, I mean, it's about being good at the game, sure, but they have to learn the game is, I feel like, the most important part. Like, you gotta know every nook and cranny of the game, know every bug if you're, like, a bug speedrunner, whatever. What do they call those, skips or something? I don't know. I'm not cool enough with the young crowd to be able to know the terminology, but woo! Shit! Proctimus Prime, thank you, and welcome in, Jogs Lover. Enjoy the sub from Mr. Proctimus here. But yeah, no, it's basically speed level strats where you just gotta learn it and repeat it so much that you just get razor sharp with it. So I do highly respect. Well, I will never probably be I will never be a speedrunner myself. I really do respect the hell out of them because it shows a level of dedication that I frankly don't have. What's the good word, boys? How's the Great White North? Just had a kick on the AC, just saying. Well, Jugs, you know what? Last year hasn't been too bad. It's gotten above freezing and all this white shit has been melting. It's just incredibly wet and muddy right now. So we're barely above freezing, but I'll take it, man. It's kind of perfect. Do you hear about PlayStation trying to implement AI to be able to compare complete parts of stages and stuff? They're too difficult for the player. Should be interesting to see how that plays. See, why? Why do the AI bullshit? Just make easy mode. Fuck. I like easy mode more, and I still feel like it did something. You're gonna have AI finish stuff, just go watch fucking YouTuber. Hey, tune into Inverse Thunder and give them lots of money to play the game for you, right? Wink, wink, nudge, nudge. Kick on the AC. Jugs, I hope you're healthier than Inverse AM tonight. I'm feeling pretty good. I just got a little post-nasal drip from allergy bullshit going on since it warmed up. But save your thoughts and prayers and all that stuff for Brock and AM. They're freaking... Well, Brock is getting toward the end of his, thankfully. But God, it's been like, what, 3 weeks now, dude? You don't... I feel like you don't get sick often, but when you do, it fucking hits you like a truck for like a month at least. But AM sounds like he's in the thick of it right now. So yes, keep AM in your thoughts and prayers and medication cabinets. Oop, Midas must have been on screen for a minute, but he's feeling a little spunky because he just finished dinner. Alright, hold on. Just gotta snort that big chunk out of my sinuses. Y'all wanted to hear that, right? There he is. There he is, got a bone and everything. Good boy. You can see him well enough. I was kind of worried the tree might whitewash him out a little bit, but he's doing good. Yep, and that Christmas tree, that sucker's probably staying up till April, so... Okay, maybe, well, I don't know. The tree might come down at the end of January, maybe February, but I usually keep my lights up clear until April, because freaking, I don't know about you guys, but winter around here is fucking gray. Like, usually right after Christmas, like all the happy winter parts where it's sunny and cheery and everybody's got their decorations and stuff, usually after the new year, the sky turns gray, it turns cold, everybody retreats inside, and there's just no life outside. So, yeah, I like to have a little color through all that crap, so my lights stay up, usually. I took them down last year, probably at the end of February. I took them down a little early just because I had the spunk to do it, but yeah, usually my window lights stay up for quite some time. Alright, this has been Christmas since I played this last, so I'm going to need to get a little loosey-goosey here. I hope you all had fun watching me and AM and John and Andy play some Mario Party last Thursday. That was a hell of a good time. Chicken dips were on point. Game was on point. There it is. And yeah, other than Andy being a cheating son of a... No, I'm kidding. Andy won, fair and square. But I had a good time anyways. The chicken dips were enough for me to be happy, so... You're absolutely right. I rarely get sick, but when I do, it's bad. It doesn't help that I'm a huge pussy about it either. Dude, I'm the same way, and I blame that because we don't get sick often. It's like, or if I do get sick, it's usually just the sniffles like this for a day or two or something like, and does that even qualify anyway? But yeah, when I get something especially digestive, I'm done. I check out, like, fuck everything else. I'm like gonna try to sleep. But yeah, no, I totally... I'ma just leave me be, I'll get through it. That's what I am. I mean, I suck with it, but yeah, I'll be fine. Let me moan and groan. Like, I'm a big baby about it, but that's just because, like, I feel like I gotta occupy my brain to do something while I'm sick, and that's all I have the energy for is just go, ugh, fuck, this sucks. But, yeah, no, it's just, yeah, I'm sure I'm preaching to the choir here, but, okay, anyways. So we were, let me check my progress here. We were getting pretty close, yeah. See, we're hundoing. We're hundoing. Boom, 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 boom. I just gotta get past these shitty flying stages that I don't care for. Alright, so 1 flying stage, 2 flying stage I gotta finish here. And it looks like I did complete Dreamweavers technically, so I just got the 2 flying levels and the last hub. So why don't we start with the Beast Makers one, since I kind of skipped that one. We're gonna change world here. Travel to Beast. Was sick kind of a lot as a kid, so I'm used to it. Well, that's good. Well, good and bad, I guess, I suppose. No, even as a kid, I feel like I mean, obviously when I was real young, I probably got sick more than once a year, but I feel like I only ever get really sick once a year. Knock on wood, of course, but this chicken has an issue. But yeah, so I'm not used to it, so when I do get hit, like, I'm with Brock, man. Just let me die in peace for a few days. Alright. Let's find this flying stage and get it over with. Rip off the band-aid, right? Oh, hey, look at that. Is that a free life one? No. Oh, boom. Alright. Let me get a little loosey-goosey running around here and get used to... Yeah, even though I'm going immediately to a flying stage. Alright. Hey, now. I was headbutting. Been a minute, chat. It's been a minute. Literally Christmas. Christmas was a minute, right? Sparks is already like, what kind of bullshit are you putting me through? As long as I have apple juice, I'm usually fine. Hey, that's a good way to think about it. Hydration, simple sugars, nutrients. What was truly miserable is when I fucked up my back a couple years ago. I remember that. Dude, back stuff sucks. I remember when, I mean, you know her. Chat won't know her, but my friend Elizabeth growing up, probably just a year or two into college, maybe even. Her and her at then time boyfriend, now husband, they were moving a giant fish tank that she had, or he had. It was his, and coming up with through the basement with it. And she must have been on the bottom half of the lifting end or something, but they were lifting it up the stairs and carrying up the stairs, and she slipped and it fell on her. She fell down the stairs and basically fractured her spine and had a growth in between two of the her spinal columns. She was bedridden for at least 2 years of her life. She eventually got to see a doctor that did a non-invasive surgery and managed to cut the growth out of her spine. And then obviously with some healing time, she was able to finally get back on her feet, and she's living a, as far as I know anyways, she's living a like normal life now. She's actually, I gotta give her a shout out. Elizabeth, I'm really proud of you. I know you're not listening, but I'm gonna put it out there anyways, because she is just about finished with vet school here in May. She's going to finish up. She's been really dedicated to it. Something she's wanted to do her whole life. I've known her since about, I think, senior year of high school. Maybe even, no, sooner than that. What am I talking about? I've known her since, like, sophomore year of high school. Anyway, I've known her a really long time, and ever since I've known her, that's all she's wanted to do is help animals and be a vet and, like, do all that stuff. So, yeah, shout out to you. You're almost done. Awesome. I couldn't be prouder of you. Shit. I wish I could have committed to my my dream of that much more. I wanted to be a vet when I was in elementary school, but I quickly grew up realizing that my brain was not meant for that sort of thing. But don't worry about me, of course. This is her moment. Alright, speaking of frickin' trying to remember shit, where the hell is this flying level? I abhor these flying levels so much that I forget where the hell they're even at in the first place. I think Dreamweavers, I remember where that one's at, but is this Terrace Village? Oh, it's down in the well, isn't it? I bet you it is. It feels familiar. Ah, fuck. Alright, I gotta go find some critters now that I've fucked up a few times. And of course, I'm in the swamp where they purposely make those rare. Yeah, it's down here. I'm almost positive of it. Inverse, would you like to promote the Noja series? I did look it up and it's on Crunchyroll. Okay, cool. Back problems are the worst. You can't even get comfortable sleep. Yeah, no, she was doing bad when they had that, man. So anyways, yeah, I'll briefly say it because, yeah, no, I could go on for a while, but Noja, longtime viewers of the channel will know I got obsessed like hell with Noja for a while I played it. It's a werewolf-style game, werewolf being like the card game where you have X amount of people, so many of them are villagers, and 1 or 2 of them are werewolves, and they secretly kill the villagers at night, and yada, yada, yada. You gotta figure out who they are and eliminate the werewolves by guessing. Usually context clues, but it's that sort of style game, except single player with a story and characters, and it could go on. Long story short, it's a great fucking game. I'd go download it if you haven't bought it already. But I got about 50 hours out of it, almost 100% playthrough, if not 100% playthrough. I think I got close to it. I want to say I missed maybe 1 or 2 things. But anyway, it came out very recently, maybe like a couple months ago or so. I forgot about it, frankly, but it came out with an anime, and I started watching that. I'm about 2 episodes in. It is basically the game as a show, and they done good. The music is great. The characters' voices all sound like what they were sounding like in my head, and not my shitty half-ass voice acting that I did for that series. The story has been pretty much mirroring the game so far. Again, I'm only 2 episodes in, so we'll see where it goes. I think it's got about 12 episodes or something like that. Well, I'd have to go back and look, but and the sound effects and stuff are pulled right from the game, so it's like almost the nostalgia is like brand new again. I say almost, but it's one of those things with Nausea that, God, I wish I could play it for the first time again. So, like, the game itself is fun, but seeing all the mystery unravel and, like, the surprises drop and stuff, like, man, nothing will reach that high again, at least for a while anyway. But yeah, no, if you haven't played it or anything, I would highly recommend playing the game before watching the anime, though, because the anime is fun, but half of it is discovering these secrets yourself as an interactive part of the whole thing. But anyway, if you're just not that for that style of game, though, then by all means, go for the anime. Morgan said she loved playing this game when she was a kid. Hell yeah. Dude, Spyro is probably still, if not my top favorite game of all time, pretty darn close. I always reserve my favorite thing for any subject is an open spot, because my brain is dynamic, your brain is dynamic, everybody's brain is dynamic to some scale. Like, you could ask me today what my favorite game is, and I'll say, oh yeah, it's fucking Spyro, hands down, no problem. You know, in a month from now, you could ask me, I'd be like, well, let's take a look at it. I probably put the most hours into WoW, so I would say WoW is my favorite game. Then I might be into, like, puzzle games or a big one, roguelites lately for me. I could say, well, Hades is probably my favorite game. Like, but whatever. This is way close to the top. It's a fantastic game. The remake here did a wonderful job. There's just a couple of small gripes I would have with it, but so small that it doesn't matter. I would definitely recommend this to anybody that is a fan of Spyro already. Anyways, alright, so let's try Wild Fight. Again, I'm going to try this a couple of times. If I can't get the idea down, then I'm going to take a look at a YouTube video. I would definitely like to try to hundo at least Spyro 1. Again, 2 and 3 I probably won't, because there's a couple of very frustrating minigames that, frankly, I'm just not looking forward to. But again, I'll try, but I make no promises for hundos on those. You can tell Morgan, too, that she's got great taste. Shit, I was skimming Spyro's balls on the water on that one. There. Probably not getting it on this run because I don't know where the hell the other things are. Outside of it. Yeah. Nope. Not gonna be this run. I'm gonna have to do a little discovering. So let me go outside this first. We got boats, we got arches. I'm not getting this run either. I'm just gonna crash right now. That is definitely not the pattern they're wanting me to follow. I can almost promise you that. Okay. So this, not that. Alright. Shit. Nope. Alright, that's not the pattern they want me to follow. Two of those things wouldn't cross at the same time if I wasn't already off the path. What if I go this way instead? Shit, this one. Go, man, go. Probably isn't it either. It's taking too long. Oh, fucking fuck. Alright. That could have been better. She does have good taste. Look at her boyfriend. Oh, who's that? Some old dude. Yeah, no, I feel like I'm doing the wrong thing. I'm like, because I gotta go all the way back around. Alright, nah. I like the left path. Let's try left again. Oh, god damn it. Alright, I'm giving this like 5 more tries and I'm going to YouTube. I hate these stages, dude. I'm not a fan. Love normal Spyro, but these flying levels, dude, for the pits. Well, here's a freaking train in my background now. Wish I had a little bit of a turbo or something here. Oh, fuck. Alright. I'm looking up YouTube. This sucks. I hate it already. I was gonna say, I'm gonna crash. That's not gonna work. Alright, I'm cheating. Hold on. Let me cheat. This is called Wild Flight. You guys in the know here? It's Wild Flight. I hate finding these things out. Alright, so what do they want me to do? This. Alright, I was sort of on the right path with this. Do. Uppity, downity. So I was doing okay here. Probably. Basically, alright. See? Because that dude wouldn't be right there if you go any other route. Alright, then hang right. Go against the grain a little, and how do you do that? Shit. And then he goes in here, ba-ba, ba-ba. Hang a right. Boom. Go against the green of the plains. Oh boy. Oh, this is gonna be a rough one. Then it gets the green again. Okay. No promises that I'm gonna remember this. Oop, I left the video going. Oops. Wait, no, don't play the next one. Right. All these copyright strikes. She loves Mass Effect and Jugs Lovers. She has fantastic yes, taste. Not cheating, resourceful. That's right. That's right. We are living in the 21st century. I get to use my resources, right? Right. Oh boy. So the right path. This is still going to take several tries. I say several, I mean like a couple dozen, probably. See, I feel like I got to hit that chest. Maybe I don't. Might be overthinking it. No, you don't. Wait, they went... Okay, nope, never mind. That was on purpose. I was taking the wrong path. Whoa, that's not okay. That's not okay. Fuck! Dude. We're gonna do it, though. By my resources combined, I am still a shitty player. I am Groot. On the right. Let's get used to you. Oh, fuck. Fuck! That counts as water, damn it. No, I didn't get all the boats, so how did that work out?
God damn!
Yeah, for real. Feel my pain! Nope, that ain't happening. Now remember, now try this back in the PlayStation days when you had at least 30 seconds between every save load here. Load is about right. Alright. Oh, this dude. Ah, alright, no. God, I hate it. You miss one thing and you can't do it.
Okay, you see what he did? He French fried when he should have pizza.
Yes.
French fry when you pizza, you're gonna have a bad time.
Because these levels are set up to be entirely French fry. Oh, shit. Maybe I won't be hondoing Spyro 1. Huh. Where's... Oh. Okay, got arches. There's a boat. Oh, he went this way. Oh, no! Fuck, I figured it out, too. God damn it. See, that little asshole is the one that I missed. Whoa, whoa, whoa! I can still say, no, I can't. God, why doesn't he pull up faster? Alright, we're gonna have like an hour-long stream tonight, because my blood pressure is gonna knock me out before I can end this. Oh, I am not kidding either. I am a 41-year-old man. Spyro's flying levels may be the death of me. Here lies Inverse Thunder. Too passionate about his fucking dragons that won't stay in the fucking air. God. Take out the water. No, no. Kicker of this is half the time I feel like I'm just tapping it too. Like, the veer down anyways. Alright. This and then hang the left, right? No! You wily son of a bitch. Heck, I still got plenty of time. Maybe. Oh my god, I'm missing fucking everything. Where's the last fucking goddamn chest? Oh, sweet victory. Goddamn. Alright, I've been holding on to that cough for a minute. Holy hell, alright. Okay. Hey, I don't think you're supposed to swim. Hey, that's not on me. That's on Spyro, Drugs. He should have taken the time to learn. Oh, alright, wow. I was shocked that yeah, oh god, that last chest, I'm like, no, I'm not gonna lose on the last chest. So I bought Clear Obscure Expedition 33 before the winter sale ended. Interesting game so far. Can't say I've ever played a turn-based RPG before. Well, damn. Dude, that was like half my childhood growing up. Well, welcome to the party nonetheless. I hear the active part of the combat is a big part of it. Legend of the Dragoon used to do that too, but anyways, well, if you're enjoying it, I hope you are. Thanks to Falsum here, I have a copy of that too. And I may start it sooner or later. I kind of started Kingdom Come Deliverance, and for better or for worse, it's starting to hook me. I'm about 5 or 6 hours in, and there's been a very frustrating couple of first parts, but now that I'm getting into it, it's very more narrative driven than I would thought it would be. So that's kind of the part that's saving it, though, to be honest, because I am curious about, you know, what the character is going to do and everything. But I've heard a lot of good about it. I've heard some bad about it, Expedition 33. But it seems like, obviously, the Game Awards and stuff, obviously it's a decent game to some degree. Story is really cool so far, but I think I'm getting close to a difficulty jump, so I'm trying to prep for that. If it's like any other turn-based RPG that I've played, you'll probably have to grind at points in the game where you just like, you know, level up over and over and over until you know, it's to the point where it's not effective to try anymore. When I played Final Fantasy VII for you guys, which was one of those kinds of games, I would, in between streams, grind out levels like maybe 10 at a time, so I'm ahead of the curve, so when I went on stream, we could just slide along real easily and not have to worry about getting hung up on a part. But so if things start getting really tough, yeah, you might just have to hang back and grind monsters or whatever for a couple hours, but grinding, exploring right now, perfect. And yeah, that's part of the fun of exploring, is you kind of do the grinding at the same time too, if the world is big enough anyway. All right, no, I don't want to try again. That was terrible. The shitty thing is I got another one I got to do right after it. Because I kind of forgot about this one when we went to Dreamweavers. And now I got the Dreamweavers one I got to do. I'll select a part of combat as dodging and parrying. Dodging is more forgiving, but here learning the parry is very important. I wouldn't know too much. Maybe it was in Dragoon too, but in Legend of Dragoon, the time-based part of it was swinging your weapon. There'd be like two squares that would show up, and there'd be like this square and then a big one that would shrink into it. And you want to hit the button right when it shrinks and fits into the other one. It sparks. But anyways, yeah, that was mostly for attacking. I really can't remember if there was a mechanic for dodging. Getting the timing for parry is tough. Yeah, that's probably like the higher difficulty part of it. Like, yeah, you can dodge, but the payoff's bigger if you learn to do the harder thing. That's what she said. Sounds similar. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if they were inspired by that at some point. Legend of Dragoon is a game I would very much like to play for stream sometime, but I'm kind of low-key been waiting a couple of years because I hear Sunamods is planning on making a voice mod for it. It is not voiced over. I think there are FMVs that are, if I'm remembering right. It may or may not be. But anyway, Sunamods did such a great job of 7 that they're doing 8, 9, and Dragoon at some point. And those are all games I want to play for stream. Well, those are also all games I'm going to absolutely wait for him to finish the mods for, because I swear by it now. Like, I'm pretty sure I won't be able to go back and play 7 without those mods anymore, because it just made the game so much better. Alright, there's Lofty Castle. I think it was over on the other side. They're all trying to hit me. Rude. The similar boxing for hitting your attack 6 hard hit harder, which also learning to be better now too. Okay, so it pretty much is like Dragoon then. Which is awesome. I mean, it was a good system back then. It can be a good system now. Haunted Towers, no. Where in Tarnation was that? I remember running past it a couple of times during the first stream of this. Get out of town, fool! Get over to the left? Wait, hold on. Like, you were making a noise that I didn't quite like. I thought you were shooting something. Like, that ain't right. Okay, so I'm boned. I gotta do this anyways. Bounced off his buddy's head. Ouch. was. Can I go to the right? Maybe that's where it's at. Oh, wait. No, through here. Oh, bloody hell. Well, Sparks does look good in that shade of blue. It's a very deep blue. Alright, it's gotta be around here. There it is. I'm like, this is feeling way better for as far as where that is located. Assy flight. Alright. As with the last one, I'll give this a few tries and then we're going to YouTube. I can't get it. After that, should be fairly easy street. Nasty's kind of a crazy fight, but nothing out of my skill set. I might be yelling a little bit, but I think I'm supposed to green here. I'm still gonna use this to at least learn a little bit about what I'm supposed to do, cause got orcs on propellers. Norks. They be Norkin. See any more of them. Definitely not the route I'm supposed to go, I bet. I'm definitely fucking up on this one. Hands down. Yeah. I'm struggling and I'm running out of time anyway. That was, I could have done better, but I filled out the roster somewhat. Alright. Let's just go straight this time. How about that? Nope, not that way. Not when I don't hit the target. Inverse, that's not what you do. There too. Well, I got all the lighthouses. Chest did I miss? I'm not gonna make it this time, but I do want to know where the hell this. Oh, here we go. Off to the side. So. Dude, these Norks and the propellers are going to be a thing that gets me, I think. Alright, well that path didn't work out as great as I'd hoped. Immediate rate crank, let's see what happens. I like the Norks screaming at him as I'm flying by. You dragging something, bitch! Alright. Oh. Takes too long to swerve around. This is supposed to be the route that I'm supposed to. You know, I wonder. Hold up. Not like that. I feel like if in the flying levels, your flame should be just a little bit longer, but that's just me. Okay. Left. Where are you? We're here. Alright. There we go. Didn't need YouTube for that one. Hell yeah. Let's get the hell out of these flying levels. That one was deserved. I didn't do that with hacks, so to speak. Alright, cool. We are done with that bullshit. I hope Claire Zero doesn't get annoyingly hard. I put it on story mode because I'm more concerned with story than challenge. Yeah, no, I totally agree. Anymore, the older I get, I want a good experience. I could care less about the challenge. Clearly as stated from tonight's 2 flight level. I mean, I want there to be some challenge. I don't want it to just be like I'm playing an FMV or something. I want there to be a game. But I eventually would like to surpass parts of the game that I'm hung up on. And the older I get, my patience max patience tops out a lot quicker.
Well done, Spyro. I hope you know what lies in store for you.
It doesn't get too hard. It's actually quite easy to overpower your characters, especially when you get to a certain point, and it's so much fun. Good to know, I assume you played it. You're doing better than I would be at this point. I throw down the controller, swear off Legend of Zelda forever, and yell at my NES. Of course, this was 1986. Yes, especially Legend of Zelda 2, right, Jugs? Oh my god. No, yeah, my patience as a kid was insurmountable because, you know, growing up in the 80s and stuff, you know, as a kid, you didn't get new games all the time. You didn't have a Steam sale for $5 where you drop money and just move on to the next. The Spyro 1, I probably played every day for like a year. I mean, I might be exaggerating a little bit there, but even after that year, when I got another game or something, I still keep coming back to it, but... or like Sonic or any of those. It's like that was your daily go-to for like a long time because your parents didn't want to spend too much money on these video games. You gotta go outside and play. Like, I mean, my folks were really cool about it, but I was just never a kid that asked for much because I knew they had their hands full with my brother, and I didn't want to be a nuisance, and I was generally pretty easy to please on top of it anyways, so I was a good boy growing up. I sure did. Honestly, one of my favorite games of all time. It actually absolutely blew me away. I hope you like it. So, funny story. I will eventually play it. I may do one of those things where I debut my playthrough on stream, and then I'll carry it on to my offline or off-screen game, but sometime down the road. Because I don't feel like a game I really want to stream from start to finish, because everybody and their sisters streamed it at this point. It's like, I don't want to be another face in the crowd there. Besides, I kind of want to get back to doing a little bit of retro stuff here and there too, but hold on. Damn this stuff. Anyway, but no, funny story. Andy, who was here last week and part of the Ashen Wagon Adventures, we're streaming on Saturday, by the way, unless it gets canceled, you know, knock on wood. I really don't want to. We are in the middle of an awesome dinosaur adventure, but I digress. Andy played it all the way through, and he said he hated it, and he thinks that it doesn't deserve Game of the Year or anything. And he says, not because of the game itself so much, is it sounds like the second half of the game, the story, was very unsatisfying to him, and he felt like it was cheap and it didn't quite end right. Or I didn't ask him to elaborate because I don't want to know myself, because I want to play this myself eventually, but it just sounded like he wasn't very happy with the ending at all. And like, yeah, I don't know. I mean, you agree to disagree or whatever you may want. Don't spoil it. I don't want to know anything about it. I will be playing it myself in a while, but it just not sure if it's Act 2, but I'm just a little after picking up verse, so I won't say anything else to voice spoilers. I much appreciate that. Thank you. Yeah, if you guys want to do like a private chat or something, that'd be absolutely fine, of course. But yeah, please, like, even from Act 1, don't say too much because I don't know anything about it, and I'd like to keep it that way for now at least. Other than the fact, this is kind of a spoiler, but not really. You get a mount that looks like a giant roasted turkey, and that amuses the shit out of me. But that's about all I really know about the game. Other than the base story, like what the Expedition 33 is, I do know that much, but that's about where it ends. If you decide to play it on stream, you think about streaming your whole playthrough, I'll be there for it. It's so fucking good. Dude, I'll probably do a debut stream, maybe 2 if we're really feeling it, but I feel like that's such a big game and like everybody's already streamed it very recently that maybe it's something I would just, maybe I can absorb it and enjoy it a little bit more off stream, because when I play games off stream, like I take my time. I explore. I'll sit and check out landscapes. I'll sit and listen to music if it's got some good banging tunes. I will sometimes even kick back and, you know, maybe have a couple puffs off of my thing here and just kind of take breaks, you know, and just kind of process what just happened and stuff. Like, that being said, I did just finish Assassin's Creed Odyssey, and that was a 93-hour experience roughly. And I'll tell you, probably 20 to 25 of that was probably just dicking around and appreciating the game itself, other than not doing, you know, just not doing anything and running around and, oh, that terrain over there looks interesting and I haven't explored it yet. Let's take 20 minutes to yog over there and check it out. Band Andy. The premise is just different from anything I've seen before. I think it's pretty cool. From what I've heard, that's going to be a hook for me too. I do like the base idea. But I love turn-based RPGs, and I did hear if the whole timing thing with the combat gets too much, I heard that you can turn that off. I mean, it's probably a bigger benefit to keep it on, but it sounds like if you're too frustrated by it, you can clip it, which again, game producers greatly appreciate that. The PlayStation Spider-Man game did that as well. They had quick time event games, puzzle games, this and that and that. Every single one of them, option to turn them off. You just complete them. At that point, it's like, yeah, that's kind of cheating because you're cutting out the challenge, but I don't want the challenge. I hate quick time event things. Like, quick time events are the biggest cop-out in the history of gaming kind. Okay, maybe not the biggest, I'm exaggerating, but either play me a video that I can watch and enjoy, or let me play a video game. Don't let me play a video, because at that point, I'm not paying attention to what's going on. I am laser focused looking for what button to press and when to press it. And then when I get out of the video, I'm like, okay, well, that just happened, I guess. I didn't really get a time to appreciate it. So, yeah, one way or the other, don't half-ass it. I hate QuickTime events. So keep that in mind. If you want to include that shit in there, game producers, cool. Just make sure you can skip it and not suffer for it. Because I suffer for it when I have to go through those things. I'm not saying shit. The game needs to be experienced without spoilers. It's the kind of game that has stuck with me since the credits rolled, so much deeper than what happens on the surface. So I will play it. I'm definitely going to play it. Like, Andy's criticism aside, which I'm sure is valid, like, he's a smart guy. I trust his opinion too, but his one negative opinion versus probably the 100 that I've experienced, with at least half a dozen of those being real life friends, yeah, I'm still very tempted to check it out. So there's plenty of comic relief in it too, which, if anyone knows me, I do love my levity. Yes, good. That's good to hear too, because I'm the same way. Like, if a game isn't funny, it should at least be lighthearted. Or, again, don't half-ass it, but commit. If it's going to be gritty, commit to the grit, I guess. But I do love comedy in just about anything, so. Man, the music is unreal. I sat on the main menu one day for like a half an hour. Dude, I bet there's some pretty good, like, not to use the term because it means something kind of different, but music videos, I bet there's some pretty good ones on YouTube for the tracks from that game. Apologies, I'm going to be doing this a lot tonight.
Nasty's world is not the friendliest place you'll ever find.
Sure it is. Your bowl cut sucks anyway, so who are you to talk?
Are you ready to go?
Amos the balloonist, famous Amos. I remember more than one friend had never heard of the cookies Famous Amos before. They're really good cookies, but I don't think they're even around anymore. I could be wrong, but I buy budget cookies anymore, so I couldn't tell you. But I've had more than one friend be like, wait, what'd you call those? Famous Amos? What? Oh, jeez. Go to the nasty world. Yeah, see? I kicked the shit out of that dude with the nasty bowl cut. All right. I should put... It would totally work. It's like right there, too. I should put like a question block right there on my layout, because every time I go to hit this, look like I'm hitting that. All right. Gnasty Gnork. This is his little hub world here. Got some critters running. Rats. Gems. Gemmy gems. This is the whole hub world. You complete one, the next one opens. You gotta go in there first to Nork Cove. What's up, rat? Bye, rat. This one's simple because it's supposed to be the more challenging levels in the game. But frankly, and I'm probably going to regret this in about, a minute here when I actually start the stages, but I don't recall these stages being, like, impossible or anything. They're more difficult, but I feel like the levels in... No, I don't. Oh, shit. Whoa. Fucking balloonist is going to kill me. I feel like the levels in the swamp were a lot harder than these ones, but we'll find out in a minute here. So, trivia, especially for those of you playing on the PlayStation, you're going to want to know this. When you get here, get this dragon before you do just about anything. Don't enter a world or anything, right? Because when I played this through and wanted to hundo it on the PS4 when this game, the reboot first came out, yeah, I skipped that dragon. Because I'm like, it'll always be there. I want to get right to the action. I skipped it, did all the levels, and I'm like, okay, I'll collect this dragon last as just the little cherry on top of the cake, like to finish the whole hundo. Did exactly that. Didn't hundo the game. There's a glitch on PlayStation. It may be on PC, so I'm going to grab this dragon right now, but on PlayStation, if you don't grab this dragon first, before you go in one of these stages, it doesn't count toward your progress, and you can't hundo, and you can't get the achievement on PlayStation Network or whatever. Not that I'm huge on achievements, but this is one of the few I actually kind of cared about a little bit because this game is so near and dear to my heart. So, if you're playing on PlayStation at least, and maybe any other version of this game for all I know, get this dragon before you go to World. This was at almost the tail, well, it was at the tail end of the frickin' run.
Hey, didn't I already free you?
And yes, you did.
Nasty's world now, Spyro. And you are the dragon that must defeat him.
Bring him on. I'm ready.
Reach the exit in each of Nasty's lands. Then you can challenge the Nork himself.
Yeah, that's another little interesting tidbit. That dragon is like the first dragon you rescue, I believe. I think he came here after you rescued him to face Nasty and got his ass frozen again. And then Nasty put him right here on display, like, don't fuck with me or this is gonna happen to you. So anyway, yeah. If you care about hundoing at all, this game, get that dragon before you go in a world. Excuse me. I can do that in Mass Effect 1. I love that song for sure. There's a lot of games that I could do that with, but the first one that immediately pops in my head is Halo. Halo is just da-da-da-da, such a classic. But again, I could say that about like probably hundreds of games. We have gotten a lot of displays of awesome talent over the years with art, music, voice acting, shit. I could go on. What up? Oh, he's going for it. He's going for it. Oh no! All right. Yeah, we're definitely on track to hundo. Spyro 1 at least. Okay, before I get too far and screw myself. Aim! There we go. There we go. I'll take it. Boom! These are kind of fun to tinker around with, the never-ending explosive barrel generators. I will say, It's almost a cheat, but I do appreciate that they give you the sparks thing right off the bat. Like where he tweaks out like that, he's pointing to the nearest gem. If you're just joining or don't know what the hell I'm doing there, that's an ability you would get after clearing the game for the first time. Not necessarily hundoing, but finishing Nasty Nork. If I recall correctly, you do not get that ability until you've at least beat him. Then you can like double back and redo the levels and then finish them proper, or a proper hundo. But yeah, they give it to you right off the bat here. And you know what? As we were talking about not too long ago, I'm older, my patience is a little more limited. I appreciate that. I'll take it. Boom! Oh, I get 2 shots at him, right? I will. Oh yes. What up? I will say, the original version of this had a kind of whimsy with the Norks that is different in this version. The Norks and enemies in the original Spyro games all kind of looked more like Muppets, and I really liked that aesthetic growing up. But Toys for Bob, man, you know, without making them look like Muppets, they're very expressive and very cartoony, and I 100% back it. I like the old ones, but the new ones aren't a bad replacement. And I feel like that's something you can't really say too often about things, so I just want to put that out there in the world. Because I bitch enough as it is. I think it's time to do a little anti-bitching from time to time, right? Right? I might as well.
Keep up the good work, Spyro. I expect Nasty's really starting to worry about you.
I'd be shaking in my Nork boots if I were him.
I mean, I'm like 90% complete now. He should be a little worried. I might as well throw out this dried half of a PB&J. I think the insure gave me enough calories. Well, here's an idea, AM. You could always toast it, and now it's not stale anymore. Look at this poor son of a bitch. He has no idea. I wonder if I could charge him. He's too big for that. But he doesn't give a shit, so. So happy we're done with the flying shit. I mean, there's always the flying shit in Spyro 2, but 3. But again, I'm not committing the hundos on those, so. Wait, what? Well, hold on. What's this say? He's got a sticker on his head. I gotta know. Hold on. Nasty. Moving too much. Nasty Industries. Nice. Oh, hey, look at this dude. You son of a bitch. I mean, they got all these explosives, but it's clear that they're, like, building something, right? Nothing here is torn down or destroyed. So, nearest gem is this way, so I must be cleared. Sounds like effort. Okay, fair. When even getting up is a chore, that's fair. I won't fault you for that. Excuse me. I would have been in your same exact boat there when I had that food poisoning. Usually on my days off, I like to stay up a little later because, let's be honest, I'm definitely more of a night person than a morning person, but I'm in a first shift jobs. Oh, I kind of don't get to enjoy the nighttime much. I usually stay up later. I usually go to bed around midnight, 2 in the morning, absolute latest, because I've been up 22 hours at that point, so. Shit, how am I gonna do that? Can't headbutt it or it'll just straight up explode. Ah, there's what I want. But yeah. I mean, obviously I had the next day off because I called in sick. But even like if I'm just a little ill, like I'll still stay up a little later and watch movies or something, but yeah, I went to bed at 8 o'clock that day, and granted, I didn't actually sleep until about 4 in the morning when I finally stopped throwing up, but yeah, dude. That wiped me the F out. Like, one of those situations like you, like, I am not getting up for any other than to keep expelling fluids. That's about the only reason I'm getting up for anything. God, that sucks. I feel for you so hard, dude, right now. You and Brock, of course. Daddy. This rat's like, sup, what are you doing? Eat cheese? Like Urkel. Does anybody have any cheese? That's a dated reference, Inverse. I'd say half your audience doesn't even know that reference, but all of my audience is as old or older than me, so. Pretty safe one to make tonight. Double collect, there it is. Sup? Hey, free life just hanging out here and waiting to be got. Did I do that? Ian gets it. God, you know what the crossover we should have had back then, dude? I know the timing probably isn't quite there because one show ended over the other, but they could have brought back friggin' Family Matters and frickin' PJs. I feel like they could have existed in the same world somewhere. Sort of similar levels of humor. Tomas.
Wow, I never thought I'd be rescued, especially by such a little dragon. What I mean is, I always believed in you, Spyro.
Nice save.
Gotta believe.
Spyro's like, you were almost a jackass, but you saved it. I'll let you get away with it. I feel like Urkel is hilarious as a kid, would probably hate him now. 100%. Couldn't agree with that more. Like, we say these quotes lovingly, but yeah, if I were to go watch Family Matters now, I'd be like, I would kick that little son of a bitch out and never invite him back. That's kind of a cool thing about, one of the cool things about getting older. I am definitely noticing a difference of appreciation in certain things. Like, a good example for me is with the Animaniacs. I did not care for Slappy Squirrel that much when I was a kid. Old cantankerous squirrel that complains about everything, complains about being old, and makes dated references to actors and shit that I never knew growing up or anything. But now as an adult, it's like, oh no, I fucking relate to that. No, totally. The sore back thing, the being cranky and not like, no, I get it now. Now Skippy's the annoying one. Not entirely, but you know. Like, calm the fuck down, Skippy. Or another good one, and I didn't completely feel this way as a kid, but I know a lot of people probably did. Enough to make a meme was made of it. Was Tom and Jerry. The meme went more or less like, as a kid, you appreciated Jerry for his cleverness and the fact that he's beating up the bully and everything. But as an adult, you appreciate Tom because he's just trying to do a job, making being the cat with a house. Otherwise he's gonna be out in the alley. Just trying to do his job and mind his own business, and most of the time he doesn't want to chase Jerry. It's usually the woman of the house or the man of the house or whatever comes and starts like beating him with a broom until he starts chasing Jerry. And then anyway, the meme more or less said you admire Jerry for his cleverness and for beating up a bully or whatever, but as an adult you feel sorry for Tom because he's just trying to make a living or maintain his lifestyle or whatever, because if he don't kill mice, he ain't gonna be in the house anymore. And he's gotta put up with the bulldog outside. Slappy wasn't my favorite, but I never hated her. She had good episodes. Hate is a strong word, I guess. I guess dislike would be more of a word for it. I didn't think she was very funny or anything. Like, maybe there was a joke or two. I was like, oh, okay. Like the Who thing. Who's on stage or whatever. I know that wasn't necessarily their joke first. Because it was a, I'm gonna brain fart on the names. Old black and white comedians. I don't think it was the Stooges. Anyway, I know it was a joke from another source first. But anyways, no, I definitely relate to Slappy a lot more than I used to. I'll just leave it at that. Hard to do this with a couple of things flying in. There we go. Got him. Wait, Morgan beats me with the broom all the time. That's not normal. Well, Jugs, you gotta go catch some mice. Then she'll leave you alone. We don't kink shame here. It's okay. Abbott and Costello, thank you. That was absolutely who I was thinking about. I just couldn't think of the name. I'm like, it's the dude with the freaking glasses and funny nose. Like every, you know, meme-worthy like disguise has the Groucho Marx glasses or whatever. No, he was something else. Never mind. I'm fucking off there too. Maybe I gotta go watch some old comedians. Catch myself up a little bit. Groucho Marx. I said the fucking name and I'm like, oh, that's Abbott and Costello, isn't it? I'm sorry, chat. I don't know my comedians from like the 1920s. Somebody right now is furiously saying they're not from the 1920s. I'm sorry, I don't watch sports. I hate Me Too, chat. Don't worry. We're all in this together. Marx brothers are different yet. Yes, they are. Inverse just needs to brain a little harder, that's all. Ain't no. I don't recall there being a secret here or anything, but... I did watch some Stooges in my growing up, though. I'm far from an expert. I'm nowhere... I'm not even gonna try it. I even feel dirty bringing it up, but... I have watched some Stooges. My uncle, when he was around, was a big fan of them and had all sorts of their shows on VHS. And when I babysat my cousins over a course of 3 or 4 summers, we'd go through his collection to watch some stuff. He was a big fan of the Stooges and Red Green. I can't say he's why I like Red Green. Red Green was on PBS, so I found it myself, but when I found out he was a fan too, I'm like, awesome. Yeah, speaking of Red Green, I'm pulling for you. We're all in this together. Keep your stick on the ice. I believe the first Stooges episode was in 31 or 32. Wow. It was actually their one and only musical episode. No way. That's pretty funny. Oh, I got everything. Well, fuck yeah, look at that. Dragons 2? Dragons 2, hell yeah, let's go. Alright, I've been yapping so much I didn't even realize I hundoed. Let's go. Yeah, because the Stooges, didn't they start out with Shemp, Larry, and Curly? Or was it the other way around? Was Curly there first and then Shemp? I know one of them got replaced. I don't know why, but... Twilight Harbor. Women Haters Club, love it. Curly was Jerry. Okay, okay. The musical episode? I bet you most of that stuff's on YouTube anymore. It's so old, it's gotta be approaching open domain at this point. But yeah, 5 more years, the first Stooges will be freaking open source. We're gonna have freaking survival horror 3 Stooges games now. Actually, that'd be kind of funny. The pranks just go too far. Oh shit. It wouldn't be in the original spirit of the Stooges. None of these horror fucking parodies are, ever, in the spirit of the original property. I think that's what would make it funny. Because freaking Popeye just went open domain recently. And yeah, of course, the second he did, people started making horror movies about Popeye's revenge and shit. Of course, this Steamboat Willie had at least 2 horror movies made about it already. I think... Whoa, that's right. This dude's fancy. But, I think Donald Duck is supposed to go open domain here soon, in the next year or 2. Like, the original Donald Duck, not the one we know today. Like the fat bottom, actual duck-looking Donald Duck. Technically, this started as Shemp, but that was when it was still on vaudeville before they filmed any of them. But the film one started with Mo, Larry, and Curly. Okay, I did not know that. I just always assumed that Shemp was the first one for a while of those offered. Amongst the first, excuse me. This is one of the stages where I come backtrack a bit because you get something at the end or open a path or you get guns in this one. It's funny because in the OG Spyro, I do believe they actually shoot bullets out of those guns. They're like cartoonishly big bullets, but if I'm not mistaken. Or if I'm just making shit up in my head again, that happens a lot. And now it's paint. Fine, whatever. We're gonna use purple paint on the purple dragon. Yes. Or magenta, excuse me. My inner artist is cringing because I said not magenta. Rats. I'm gonna leave these rats alive because I may need them later. Till about 45, when Curly had his first stroke, he stayed on for a little bit, but you could hear his voice was different, and then Shep stepped in. Curly's even one of the Shemp episodes as a bystander on a train. Huh. Then Curly had another stroke and passed away. Shep lasted until the early 50s, I think, when he had a massive heart attack in a car and died on the spot. Ugh. Everyone else in the car thought he was playing a joke at first. Aw, shit. That's dark. But I mean, that is... People did suffer from that stuff a lot. I believe Curly... I want to say it was Curly. I read somewhere that everywhere that they went and filmed, Curly would... What was it? I'm gonna butcher this because I haven't read the article or whatever in quite some time. It's been like 10 years. But something to the effect of like every set that they had, Curly would have a bunch of dogs that he would bring with him, like from the local shelter, and he would push for them to get adopted by film workers and watchers and stuff and passerbys. And by the time he left the set, when they were done filming an episode or whatever, he'd have all the animals adopted out at that point. You guys might want to look that up for accuracy if you're curious, but something very super noble anyways that I really highly respected.
Thank you for rescuing me.
I mean, you can give me a little bit more. You're like one of the last few ones in the most dangerous area, but okay, thank you for rescuing me is gonna have to do, I guess. The only time both Curly and Shep were on screen together. Yeah, that's cool. I like that little bit of trivia because I always thought they were just separate, so there's a little kind of an Easter egg there. One of the other regulars on the show would play a cop or whatever, also had a heart attack and died in the late 40s. He felt off, but was a show must go on mentality and didn't see a doctor. See, it's admirable on one hand, but on the other hand, it's like, but we want to keep you around, so... I know Curly saved a lot of dogs. That's it, yeah. Also went through a lot of ladies. Hey, the man earned it, right? Great comedian, went through some shit there in the end and adopted dogs out all the time. Like, hell yeah. The man can have his tail. Yeah, it's Curly then. I thought it was him, but... Oh, shit. Yeah, let's jump into the explosion. That's smart, right? I like that the further we go along in this game... And I realize I'm missing a chest over here, but that's something I gotta backtrack for. Hey, rat. Check it out. Over here, rat. Eat it. No, that's highly respectable, though. Anybody that wants to help out animals like that, get some cred in my book. As long as they don't do other shitty stuff. I mean, everybody's got their sins, but, you know. Let's keep the big ones out of it. Big M, the big R, you know, shit like that. Indulge in your sins if they don't hurt anyone else, right? Fucking son of a bitch! Whoa, 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 whoa! I thought that was an active barrel for a minute. Well, to the point with the ladies that some say was STD he died from, you know, can't rule it out. They didn't quite have the medicine back then that we have now, so. How about Dudley Dickerson? Such a great actor, being African American. He had to play the goofy one. He was great in one of the Stooges show when he was a cook at the house they basically destroyed. This house has gone crazy. Plodding along slow here, make sure I don't gotta double back too hard. Oh, that's right, it's a fucking supercharge. Oh, I hate supercharge. Right. I don't hate them, but yeah, this one's gonna be a doozy. That's what I need, the supercharge to get that chest clear over there. Yeah. Is this timed? Oh. Okay, we're good. Because, yeah, I get the supercharge, I come crash. Oh, it's right here. Oh, that's not too bad. Never mind, I'm bitching about nothing. You get the supercharge, and then you get to fly the frick up here using that. Oh, man, him slipping and sliding around the floor while he's spraying water all from the lights. Or when he was lost on the train. Help, help, I'm losing my mind. Sure, these aren't all curly quotes, but lead us.
Be on the lookout for North Commandos, Spyro.
They better be on the lookout for me.
These are dragons all from the different homeworlds. I just realized that. The first one was from Artisans. I thought Cosmos looked familiar. He had to have been from the Wizard Peak or whatever. That one was from the Bog. Cletus was a bog critter. Dragon. Critter. I think dragon would take huge offense to being called a critter. That's what we eat! Boom! Suck it. Whoa! What's that? Oh, just some random pump or whatever. Pumpernickel. So I'll eject from here and want to hang a left. Actually use the Stooges to win an argument with my grandpa once. Oh, do tell. A physics question, wasn't it? The fuck? Do you guys still see that? Spyro got hung up on that board and just started multi-headbutting it. Oh, sorry. I missed the mute button on that one. Kaboom! Oh my god, are you... Oh, it did, okay. That was a little graphical glitch there. I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? I missed it. He was telling me TVs didn't exist before World War II, but it was shown on a Stooges episode from 1938. To his credit, he meant they weren't commonplace. Ah, yeah, okay. It wasn't wrong necessarily, but yeah. Ah, he still got me. It's crazy to think, in our era even, I mean, we've always had TVs to some degree, but we lived in an era where we had rotary phones at one point in our life, exclusively. I'm not sure when touch tone was invented, but me and my folks didn't have one until I was at least like 8, 9, 10, somewhere in that ballpark. I do specifically remember only having rotary phones in our house. I feel like a rotary phone is one stone's throw away from the old tiny ones, where you could listen in on other people's conversations. Fuck! That was close. Whatever. Get back. Whoa! Paint flying my way here. Got him. Did I double back? I feel like there was a rat not too far away. Yeah. Far back now for me to cure. You're telling me there's a perfectly good supercharge right back there, and hanging a right wouldn't get you anything? Oh well. Rotary phones, no TV remotes. Yep. First TV I remember we had, didn't have one. I was a toddler. Our first TV, one of those big cabinet TVs, you know, one that you need a team effort to move. No remote. But I remember as a toddler still in diapers, my first memory was probably due out of, I wouldn't say pain, but my parents thought it was cute. I don't know why I started doing it in the first place, but when the Wheel of Fortune was on, when Vanna White was on the screen, I'd toddle up to the TV and kiss her. But as you know, with old CRT TVs, especially the older ones, that had that static field on them and would electrocute you every time you touched it. I remember getting electrocuted as a kid for kissing her, but I still did it. Most TVs still had a UHF and VHF knob. Yup, I remember one of those we had. I remember our first VCR had a remote, but it was a long cord that would plug into the VCR and reach your chair. Now, I didn't have that. I just think we straight up just didn't have remotes for the VCR. Got him. Oh, this one's gonna be tricky. Tricky, not tricky. Oh, fuck me. Of course, there's the kickback that knocks me back in the next week. Whatever. I'll do what I want. So I gotta go too far back. These games are pretty forgiving about dying. That's a point. I remember now. The gears were a skill point. Alright, maybe I do gotta go back. They don't count toward Hondoing, but it's still neat to do them. Okay, you sick sadistic son of a bitch. There we go. There's the twofer that I was looking for. Right, not quite hundoed yet, but we're gonna do this gear thing too, I think. Mostly out of my own curiosity more than anything else, but okay. I didn't get everything anyways, so. Oh, clear over there, holy hell. There's a gear. Yet these gears are hidden in a manner where you're supposed to go back. Yeah, this was definitely like skill point or whatever in the game back in the day. Well, this has got to be something for the modern age one, right? Like those mushrooms in the swamp that I found. On a supercharge. Miss stuff. Okay, there's definitely one around here. I moseyed on by it, not thinking too much about it. There it is. Check the top real quick. Making mixtapes from the radio. Not that I ever did that to the FBI watching your stream. Yeah, wink, wink, nudge. I had a, like a Fisher-Price tape recorder, which was cool because it had a microphone on it that you could record the tapes to. So, of course, as any kid would probably do in that situation, I became a radio host. I would make up stupid stories and stuff and record them onto the tapes. That shit's definitely all long gone, though. There's the gems I'm missing. Oh, so I gotta get up there again. Alright. I see what I need to do. Am's got stock of old NFL games recorded on VHS somewhere. The FBI's coming for him. There we go. Nope. I didn't want to do that, but alright. Mulligan. Like I ever watched football. That's why I said it. Oh, God. What's up, Glamrock? You ever watch Has Been Hotel? I have not, but I think I will at some point soon. I hear a lot about that and Hell of a Boss. I have not partaken yet, but they look like they'd be up my alley. I'll probably watch them eventually. One show I did watch that's in a sort of similar vein. I know it's not the same people that did it. I hundoed, by the way. Yay. I highly recommend The Amazing Digital Circus. It's on YouTube, and I heard it recently came to Netflix. I feel like, not having watched those other two shows, mind you, I feel like they're probably in a similar vein of humor and or dark intrigue. And I know Keith David makes the voice of one of the characters, so that's automatically good in my book right there. I think he's in the Has Been Hotel one anyway. Alright, we're getting close. 2 more stages, then we hundo, chat. Pretty sure it's a hundo for this stage. Not that it takes much for this one. Yeah, those swamp levels are definitely harder than these ones are. He's going for it! Whoa. Come back. But right now, I'm kind of addicted to the Nausea anime. I'm 2 episodes in, and it's been really good. And I recently finished Solo Leveling. That was amazing, too. I'm sad there's only 2 seasons. There were a couple threads I feel like they could have kept going with, and I don't know if it's getting a season 3 or not. It'd be kind of stupid not to, because it's really popular, apparently, right now. But, wait, this is nasty. Oh, okay. Don't know how I managed that, but... Oh, because the last one's a secret level. That's right. Kind of. Ow. Shit, I didn't know I could hit you right there. Alright. Yeah, this is the stage. Ugh. For chase bosses. Got him. Bastard. Use the key, Spyro. What the fuck, Spyro? Use your goddamn key. What the fuck, dude? Okay. Is that a glitch or what? That was rude. Well, of course, I don't have the key anymore. Damn! I could have got him right there. Oh, it's for the side door, I think. All right. Bye. Damn, almost. Got him. All right, sweet. Okay. Fucking this giant laser. This door, right? Yes, okay. No, 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 no. Whoa, whoa, whoa! Kinda hard to concentrate when I got all this shit flying around on the screen. Yeah, let's just clear the path first and then worry about chasing them down. Alright, there it is. Got him. Double back. Clear the path. Do you think Batman would be able to ambush Spider-Man? I'm gonna go with the classic Batman rule on this. If given enough time to prepare, Batman can face any enemy. He's supposed to be the world's greatest detective. So if he had prep time, absolutely. If he didn't have prep time, I'd still think it's going to be kind of a even battle. But gosh, yeah, he'd have to have an awful good reason though. Right, ran away because I unlocked platform. There's the big man. Another train. Yeah, I definitely stick with that rule. If Batman has enough prep time, he can take on just about anybody. Okay. Same deal here. I'm gonna have to clear the path. There's just too much shit flying around on screen. Keep track of where the hell I'm going. But it also depends on how, to some extent, how young and naive Spider-Man is. Are we talking like a really young Spider-Man or one of the more advanced, grizzled Peter Parkers that we see? Because Peter Parker's an enigma too, Spider-Man. Because he's holding back most of the time. If Peter, it's been shown in like the comics and stuff, like when he lets loose and actually uses most, if not all of his strength, like he would just like juice a regular person. He would vaporize the shit out of him. When he's just fighting baddies and criminals and stuff, he's like holding way back. Or he doesn't punch at all, he just uses webbing or whatever, but... This little bitch. Alright. This one's tricky because he's always faster than you. You gotta like find shortcuts and shit. Or if you just get really lucky in the beginning and snipe him while he's standing there waiting for you. Ah, like there. Shit! I gotta do them all again, don't I? Yeah, I think so. Oh, god damn it. Alright. At least I've collected everything, so it's not gonna be that bad of a... There, look at that. Just gotta keep it cool. And keep my cool, chat. Damn! Angle is just off. Got him. Alright. That corner is usually a good one to use. No, like sneak up and take out. Still stick to that rule. If he knows he's stalking Spider-Man and he's aware of his abilities and stuff, I still think he'd be able to take him, ambush him. If he knew about like the spider sense and stuff. Because Peter's spider sense has failed him before. But, okay, as I say, use the goddamn... But yeah, no, if he had no idea who Spider-Man was, maybe not. Damn. Hoping to look out there. Alright. I gotta really focus here so I don't fall in the freaking lava. I wonder... Nope, okay. I wonder if I could cut that corner entirely just by flying. I think this is just one of those, you almost gotta just be patient enough and keep doing laps until you finally catch up to him. What if I just reverse course right here? Oh, he would 100% jump back up. No, I don't want to fall. We're supercharged now. Okay, he's just standing there. Fine. Okay. Were there chases in Sonic at all? Kind of. The 2D ones, there were sort of a few. They were kind of almost storylines based, I guess. The 3D ones are almost all chase. It's gotta be. Fall in the fucking lava! Oh boy. Oh boy, I don't like this. You gotta do it all in one go. That's the challenge. Right? At least I've gotten good at that one. This will be doable. Don't worry too much, chat, but it's gonna be a pain in the ass. Got him. Alright. These two aren't too bad. It's gonna be this part that I fucking beat. You're out. It's all for calling them ugly, chat. It's like that meme. Be careful who you call ugly in high school. Usually the second picture is because they turn out being really gorgeous or something. In his case, it's because he turns your entire species into crystals. Hands are sweaty as shit right now, I'm not gonna lie. Ugh, all these races. I think he glitched out. I totally lucked out that first try. Or God damn it. That's all on me. That was all on me. Shit. Go. Too bad. No! Grr! Right. I can race up until about that point. This is definitely a learning procedure.
That's rough, buddy.
It is rough. It's also the final boss, so I can't shit too hard. Aw, damn it, bastard. we go. We're getting there. It's a matter of time at this point. Concentrated look I probably have on my face. Nope. Oh, come on! I totally flamed him twice now! What the hell? Right, so much for my blood pressure. Got him. Alright, it's 2 laps. Kind of hangs out after that second lap. No! No! Why? It's a... Ugh. The Twice for Bob version of this has terrible edge detection sometimes. Ah! That would have absolutely made it in the OG. Oh yeah, I gotta go right. I've been smoking this guy so fast I don't... Been losing the spice on what to do with them. Go. Plus, my hands are fucking sweaty. Alright. Well, this is thrilling watching me do the same races over and over, but... God damn it, I will get it soon. Oh. I have to take a 5-minute break just to have my hand under the fans. Or hands under the fan. God, I can't brain today. I blame the schools. But I could just luck out and get him right there. This dude can haul ass for wearing a ton of armor and carrying around a giant warhammer. Just saying. I fucking hit him again. He's just invulnerable the first lap. Whoa! Yeah, I think he just locks in on that second lap. Gives you a little extra time there. Alright. Speaking of locking in. Oh, I was right frickin' there! Ha! God damn it! I thought there was still a little bit left. There. Oh, that's why that was frustrating, because I hate doing the entire thing. There it is. Almost hundo. I think we got 2 more gems in a homeworld. I'ma eat you!
It took so long. Almost forgot about you guys.
What about Ganasty Ganor?
Nasty Nork is toast.
So now there's order again in the Dragon Kingdom?
Well, mostly. I've still got some treasure to find.
What will you do next?
I'd say the sky's the limit.
I'm gonna eat so many sheep. Thank you, Brock! Hey, Tiny, what's up? This seems like it would anger me a lot. It does. Me too. Again, it's speedrunner strats. You just gotta learn the lay of the land, and then it gets significantly easier. Awesome. Good seeing you, Tiny. You're not sick like the rest of us, are you? Don't curse him with the jinx, Brock. Yeah, poor Brock has been sick for like, what, 2 or 3 weeks now? AM's just got hit with the nasty bug today. I don't want to say I'm sick, because it's just a little post-nasal drip crap running down the back of my throat because it warmed up, and I don't know. Apparently that does that to me. But yeah, no, half of my work crew's like sick and stuff. Like, God, it's going around, man. I'm not sick, but I pulled something to my back, so I've mostly been in bed since 2 days pre-New Year's. Oh, no, Tiny. That counts. That counts. You're physically ill. Well, I'm sorry to hear that. God, I feel terrible that so many bad things are happening to everybody. Well, as long as you're getting rest and you're hopefully feeling gradually better, Tiny. You'll be proud to know, Tiny, I'm building a little bit of a retro collection lately. Last November, I went to a retro game con, and I never owned an SNES as a kid, and I was like, I'm a full-ass adult, I should buy one and just have, you know, start building a little library. So that's what I've been doing for a little while here is, when I go into one of the big cities around here, because my town doesn't have anything related to this, but like a retro game store, whenever I head out to a big town, I'll try to hit up a retro game store if I can and pick up some titles that I might like, and get a decent little... It's probably up to about 10 games now for SNES, but I've been building up my Genesis collection that I've had since I was probably like 8 years old. I've been buying a lot of Genesis games, and I finally got a Game Genie for the Genesis too. But my Genesis collection now, that's probably got to be approaching 30 games. Because I've been collecting, I mean, I had probably a good 15 since I was a kid, but since I started buying SNES stuff, I've been really stacking up on the Genesis stuff too. My next move after I get a comfortable amount of games for that is I want to get my NES collection built up too. And I got a Game Gear that I will probably somewhere down the road build up games for that too, but I'm not going to be a hardcore collector and get every single thing I possibly can, but I do want to get all the fun titles and stuff that I had fun playing as a kid that I don't have, or maybe I rented once or twice and had fun with, and now I actually want to have it. But I still got... I probably won't build these collections because it's going to be a lot of money and a lot of time at this point, but I still got a decent amount of my PS1 collection, PS2, OG Xbox 360. I never had an N64. I never had a PS3. I have a PS4 and a small collection of that, but that's getting less retro as we get further along. I still got a Game Boy Color in some games. I didn't have an Advanced. I did have a DS, but I upgraded to a 3DS, so I use that as the means to play those. Still got those collections. But anyway, yeah. I've been really wanting to flesh out the original 3 systems there. I'm just cheating, honestly. No. I just bought an Evercade thingy, so I put all the games on an SD card and inserted it in my SNES hides. Dude, I got a card like that for my DS. It's a micro SD adapter card for a DS card slot. You plug a micro into it, then you plug that into the DS. And you can load it up with emulators and stuff. Now, I've loaned my original DS out to a friend right now. I think I could play it on my 3DS, but I don't think I can. But yeah, I loaded that all up with Genesis, SNES, and NES games back in the day. I haven't touched it forever, I'll admit, but... That's a pretty funny picture. Spyro, please? Hell yeah. And I did the same thing with my Genesis, my GBA, my Dreamcast, and my PS2. Hey, flexibility is everything, right, Tiny? And my Wii, and my GameCube, and my Wii U. Yeah, I still got my Wii U. I never owned a GameCube. I didn't have a Wii U. I do have a Wii still. Still fully operational and stuff, too. I'm looking at it right now. Oh, Game Genie. I remember one night as a kid. Sorry, I'm peeking over at the art, too. When I rented that from the Ovid Movie Box, it came with a book that was the size of a physician's desk reference. When I got it home, plugged in my cartridge, it didn't work. I was so bummed. I one shot a game the weekend was fuck. See, now, I've been discovering this. I knew about this trick forever, but it might have been something you could have tried if, I don't know if you did or not, but it's been working like a goddamn miracle for me, is the rubbing alcohol in a Q-tip trick. I've bought almost every single one of these games that I've bought in the last couple of months here to, you know, get a stock on stuff, don't work when I get them. Every single one of them work after I give them a wash through that. It brings them back from the dead. I don't know, it's fucking crazy. Every single one. Knock on wood, I haven't had one permanently not work yet. Usually one swab over it does it well, but if it doesn't work, still, a second swab almost guarantees to bring it back. It's crazy. In my Xbox 360, my PS4, my PS5, my original Xbox. I got a ton of those. I just skipped out on a few Nintendo generations over the years because all my buddies had Nintendos growing up. Not all of them, but most of them. So it was kind of our deal that I would go get the alternate system, and then we could, when we went over to each other's houses, we could play. I'd get the Nintendo experience over there, and they would get the PlayStation or Xbox experience. I think Xbox actually is the one where everybody started getting more systems than just one, but because that was, we were all entering that age where we were starting to get jobs and stuff, so had our own money to buy, right? Yes, I am a pirate. Yarr. Hey, you know what? It's better to have it than not at all, right? I'm just getting original hardware because, I don't know, I'm a little nostalgic as most of it, but another part of it is just like, between all the crap modern games are pulling off today, that's a separate rant that you've all heard from me a million times, but all the crap that they're doing today, and like, now like, even video cards and Nvidia and stuff is like starting to fuck people over. It's like, oh boy, PC gaming isn't gonna be the sanctuary that it currently is for probably much longer, is it? If these freaking card companies, and now RAM I hear is a big thing because of the freaking AI shit or whatever else. I don't try to keep up with. I keep up with it just enough to know now's a good time to buy or now's not a good time to buy. But yeah, but now that PC gaming could even be under fire with this freaking capitalism garbage. Yeah, I use that somewhat jokingly, but yeah, no, I'm just like, you know what? I'll just get some of the hardware. It's nostalgic. It'll fucking work. It's not priced too much out of, you know, the ability to collect, you know, some fun stuff. Again, I'm not going for 100% on this stuff, but yeah, the SNES cost me, and I know I'm speaking in tongues here because of our nationality and currency differences, but the SNES cost me around $100. And each game that I've been buying, on average, of course some are more expensive than others, but on average I've been paying about $15 a game. So I feel like that's a steal. For games back in the day, they were priced anywhere between $30 to $80 back in the day. So just depending on what era, where you are in the world, stuff like that. Things keep going the way that they are, I might join your crew. Yar. I mean, I got plenty of my own games. Hi, FBI. I've got my own games, but yeah, no, I don't know. Again, not all of it's just because, like, oh, I feel like I might not be able to get on my computer one day. No, it's just a lot of it's nostalgia, but there is that little kick in the back of my head, like, well, things ever do for some reason go super sour. I'm still covered. I can still do something. Insert the low-hanging fruit obvious joke here, but I blem on that fucking cartridge. Oh, blue. I'm like, blem? Blue on that cartridge. Until I passed out hoping to fix it, but nothing worked. Yeah, no, I did that back in the day, and for the most part it worked. There'd be maybe a day or two one would just be stubborn and not work, but no, I promise you, if you get into retro gaming and stuff, like rubbing alcohol on a Q-tip, I feel like I'm a healer in an MMO or something when I use these, because it's seriously, I'll sit there and try like 20 times and it doesn't work, and I'm like, shit, I just blew like 20 bucks on a dead cart. And then I'll go get that and do once or twice and just boom. Wow. I use 70%. I've heard 70 and higher is good use for the rubbing alcohol. People swear by 90, but I had 70% already and it seems to work just fine, so. So I bought a 6-component red, green, blue auto switcher, and I'm gonna hook up a Genesis, which also supports Master System, SNES, the Wii, which also supports the GameCube. I have that version of the Wii, and I'm very happy that I do, and I'm very happy that you reminded me, because I kind of technically can buy GameCube games. I do have the freaking ability to do that. Thank you, Tiny. Guess who's gonna be paying attention to GameCube games when he runs out and gets SNES stuff? Anyway, PS2 with PS1, I did that as well. And basically anything that had backwards compatibility, I sold my old system and an upgrade. Keeping the OG hardware probably would have been in my best interest, but as a kid growing up, it's like, well, if I could score an extra 50 to 100 bucks to put toward the new system, that's cool. As long as I can keep playing my games anyway. 360 supports OG Xbox and Sega Dreamcast. Oh, there's something to hold on to, Tiny. I've seen a couple of those for sale at some of these retro game stores, and they're kind of up there. I was really thinking about getting a 32X the other day because I seen those were for sale. I'm like, I could get Doom on my Sega and stuff. Yeah, the 32X by itself was like 130 bucks. And I'm like, ooh, that's even more than the base console that it's for. But one place I went to a couple weeks ago, kid you not, had a freaking Sega Channel adapter. I was like, no way, I've never seen one of these in person and I never thought I would. But yeah, no, it was like 350 bucks and it's a dead service. So I'm like, that would literally just to be to collect it. I have a 22-inch flat CTR PC monitor. I'm going to use upscaler and have all those consoles on its screen. It looks beautiful. I have my old CTR, not the one I grew up with. That one broke a long time ago, but right before I got my first flat screen TV, I'd say a year before I got my first HD or whatever, I bought a CTR at Walmart before it got upgraded to a Super Walmart for 200 bucks. And I still got that sucker, and it still works great. Now, it's fun because I turn it on and I'm like, oh, I'm getting the authentic experience again. But as an old man, you know, I can't sit, like, I'm about an arm's length away from my monitor here. This is about where my monitor is compared to the camera. Now, when I play on the CRT, though, back over the dog, I gotta be, like, back here, or I start going cross-eyed from the scan lines now. I remember as a kid, I could burn those scan lines into my retinas and it wouldn't do anything to me, but as an old man, yeah, no. I'm like, ooh, man, this is like one of those magic eye pictures that you gotta look through in order to see the image. But scooting back, oh yeah, perfect, looks great. Authentic experience. Even the speakers on that TV work really great. Excuse me, for New Year's they added that to the FPGA Mr. the Sega No! I'm curious. I should go look up some YouTube video off stream sometime. Like, I've read about it and I've seen some screenshots in like old GamePro magazines or whatever from way back in the day, but I've never had the experience. That was just so ahead of its time. It was freaking Game Pass for the Sega Genesis. What the hell? Way ahead of its time. Like, literally. So you can actually try it out. That's so cool. I am absolutely loving everybody that is trying really hard to preserve, like, retro gaming. Like, as an old fart, I appreciate it, and, like, I'm not a parent, and I probably won't ever be, but if I were a parent relating to them, like, I would appreciate that as well, because it's like, oh, now I could raise my kid with proper, like, of course they get to play modern stuff too, but you'd be like, okay, now you get to play games that Dad used to play, the way he used to play. I'll make sure you appreciate that, or you're not my kid. Haven't downloaded it. Oh, man. You have to let me know when you do. Do you ever play Phantasy Star 4 on the Genesis? No, I have not, Tiny. I do not have any experience with Phantasy Star. I do hear great things about it, though. One of my latest scores that I'm rather proud of, though, is it's a, I don't know how exactly really rare it is, but I feel like it's a rare game. It's called Zero Tolerance. It was a first-person shooter on the Sega Genesis. And I remember... I do remember playing and finishing that game over one long summer, and I was really proud of the fact because it was a hard game. But I stuck it in and played it for, I don't know, maybe 20, 30 minutes a few days ago. Yikes, that is a tough game. How'd I do it as a kid? Lots of patience, that's the answer. But no, I was so happy I scored that, and it wasn't even too much. I think I paid $25 for that one. But I've only seen that one copy since I was a kid. I scooped it right up, and I haven't seen another copy since. I'm currently debating, because there's another fun game, Shanulu, who pops in here once in a grand while. I used to play with him. He owned it, or was renting it, or something back in the day, but there's a game called Comics Zone. And I've seen a couple copies of that, only 2 copies so far. And both of them are $35. And I'm like, that's kind of a rare game too, and I actually enjoyed that one as a kid. Harder than shit, but it was fun. But I'm at the point where I'm like, well, maybe I'll buy it as a gift to myself somewhere down the line, but it's hard for me to justify that much when I refuse to spend $35 on a modern game, which I will arguably get many more hours out of. So I'm at wrestling with myself. There's literally no other reason. I need to put it in my mind that this is kind of a not or never sort of thing, because prices of these games are just going to keep going up. It's not like I can wait for a sale for it to go down. If I wait too long, it's going to go up another $5 or something, because it's just going to be rare. But one of my favorite JRPGs, and I've played a lot of them. Maybe I'll take a more serious look at it, Tiny. I got into a rage over my pale SNES, and I found a console-only Super Famicom for $30. So that'll be my NTSC SNES. Nice. See, that was something too. I've seen a few Super Famicom games. I'm like, oh, that'd be kind of fun to have, but I don't have a Famicom. I probably could show you guys that the credits rolling. I don't know if I want to bring out my entire collection, but I'll show you guys my latest score. Y'all follow me on socials. You probably already seen it somewhere, or Discord or whatever. So my latest score, this a couple days ago, I went to a couple retro game stores out of town. This isn't so exciting for everybody else, but for me it kind of is. I got a hockey game. I like to have at least one hockey game for each system. That's $3. NHLPA hockey. I should have a little more light for this, but I guess. I got Hero the Acrobat. I also picked up Animaniacs. Here's the big one that I scored. This one was pricier. I'm not proud of the price I paid for it, but literally the only copy I've seen of it, and it's one of those, it's definitely not getting cheaper. Super Mario Kart. I paid $36 for this one, but that one's definitely not getting cheaper. And I don't know if I'll see another available copy of it. And again, with this stuff, yeah, I could go online and just score games and stuff, but 2 reasons I don't want to do that. First reason being, obviously, I could be buying broken carts, and I'm just out that money, because who's going to send my money back? Me send the game back? There are no sheep herding creation in this game, a few Norks, but no sheep. Hey, look at it. Toys for Bob. Hey, dude! Score! I'm part of Toys for Bob now, guys. My shirt's gray. Look at them dogs! Hell yeah! But anyways, yeah, no, Super Mario Kart's not going down in the long run. NES game I picked up, classic, ice hockey. Fat little Mario guys. And then a few Genesis games. I picked up more at one point, but... Hey look, the dragon's back. Jurassic Park for Sega. That's a classic. You can play as the raptor in that one as well. It has 2 game modes. You play as, I'm gonna forget the main character's name because I've literally not watched Jurassic Park since I was a child. Dr. Grant? I think his name's Grant. You can play as him, or you can play as the raptor and you go around killing people and eating little dinosaurs and stuff. This one is probably not everybody's favorite game, but I enjoyed it because I rented it once or twice and it was fun enough. But Taz and Escape from Mars. That's Taz from Looney Tunes. Now this one I picked up not because I necessarily liked the game. I don't think it's terrible. It's pretty bad, but it's not terrible. But I picked it up mostly because on the SNES anyways, I bought the Sega version because it was cheaper. But me and my buddy Kurt back in the day, when we first met, we kind of met and became friends over this game, amongst others, of course. But freaking Shaq Fu, yeah, Shaq the basketball player, is in a fighting game that's sort of like Mortal Kombat. he goes to another world and he's like fighting wizards and cat women and stuff. It's fucking ridiculous. I love it. But anyways, those are pretty much the handful of titles I picked up on my latest outing. I could show you guys my entire collection, maybe another time or something. Maybe, I don't know. I was kind of planning on starting the next Spyro tonight because I'm not going to stay the 6 hours tonight. I can already feel my voice giving out from this cough crap that I've had over the day, but or I could sit and talk about retro video games for 2 hours. No, I couldn't. My voice would definitely give up if I just sat in the app for 2 hours, but you could just swap the shell, right? Maybe. A new shell that supports... Oh, really? Oh, okay. I should look into that. No region lock other than their physical shape. Oh, so that's what you mean. Okay. Shit, I didn't know that, Tiny. I just thought it wouldn't work. Because I know SNES has a lockout thing. If the system detects or thinks that you have a what's the word, a bootleg cart, it won't run the game. And I figured that's kind of what was there too. Like, oh, if I try to plug a Famicom game into an SNES, it's gonna think it's fake or something. Oh, sorry. In Norway, you can't get them cheaper than $60 or less. Oh, that sucks. You know, Tiny, hook me up with some postage boxes and I'll hook you up with some cheaper games. Like, for instance, Taz. Played $6 for it. Jurassic Park, arguably a more popular title. $8. Shaq Fu, arguably a less popular title. $4.95. The most expensive one out of anything I've bought so far, unless you're counting the carts I bought as a child when they were literally brand new, was the Mario Kart for $35. And I'm reluctant to pay more than like $20 for most of these titles. I'll make an exception for things like Mario Kart, or I'm even looking for a Donkey Kong Country, and I haven't seen Donkey Kong Country cheaper than $30. I'll make exceptions for those because those are immensely popular, in demand, and they're just getting rarer and rarer, so they're not going to go down in price at all. Super Mario Kart came with the Palace, and nice. Jurassic Park is my first cinematic memory, even though I watched some earlier movies. Dude, I liked the Jurassic Park as a kid. Saw it in theaters and everything. But apparently, I slept walk nightmare mode for a week after watching that movie. Apparently, I would wake up like screaming about Tyrannosauruses and raptors and stuff. But yeah, I don't know. I never really was scared of the movies, but I think for me, if I had to pinpoint it, I think it was the scene where the raptors are stalking the kids through the kitchen. Like, I hate being, and this is reasonable, I'm sure everybody's this way, but I hate that feeling of being hunted or stalked. It drives me bonkers, and is a large reason why I fucking hate free-for-all game, like freaking Fortnite and stuff. Like, I hate those because you're just constantly being hunted. That's not fun for me. That puts my anxiety to like 1,000. But anyways. But yeah, I think the raptor stalking the kids through that kitchen was like my core fear. That's where that was born. Japanese and American are both NTSC, so I think the only difference is the cart size. No, I totally believe you on that. I just, like I said, I figured in the back of my head all these years that it was like a region lock thing too, but no, I'll take your word on it because you're the freaking wizard when it comes to hardware and altering hardware and stuff.
Nasty's ancient history now. So, what's in there?
I believe this is Nasty's treasure hoard. But the gate will only open if you have found everything in the Dragon Kingdom. Come back when you have reached 100%.
Huh. Opened right up. Would you look at that? Opened right the fuck up. And now I know why I didn't get 100% before. Because if you don't get that dragon right when you enter the world, it gets replaced with that dragon that I just got. So that's why it glitched out the first time when I played this one at first. Oh man, okay, that makes a lot more sense now. I have so few original games for my SNES and Genesis. Dude, do what you gotta do. You have fun doing it. Like, I feel like that's half the game for you, is getting this stuff and making it work. The game itself is like a secondary thing. But just knowing you through what we talk about here. Alright, well, I hundoed. That's it. That was a hundo. Now let's go past a hundo. What? You can 100%? What? This was your little reward for getting everything in the game. Every Spyro game has something for hundoing the rest of the game. This one is actually the underwhelming one of all things. Yeah. I was like, I'm pretty sure I can fly in this one too. Get a stage where you just get free flight. And you don't have a freaking timer or shit to collect. Well, you got shit to collect, but not like other flying levels though, where you're under a timer. Yep. You just literally get a stage where you get to romp around with no enemies and collect stuff. Now, the other Spyro games have a little bit more interactive 100%, well, 120% endings. But, I don't know. Maybe I'll spoil them, maybe I won't, somewhere down the line. Like I said, I'm going to try to hundo those, but I feel like there's going to be a point where I'm going to get to one of those mini games I hate. And I'm just going to kind of rage quit the hundo. I mean, I'll still finish the games, but there's just some of them that it's not worth it. It's not worth the headache or stress, or be worth a couple of tries just to see how close I can get. If I can get close, hell yeah, okay, fine, I'll do it, but well, this little son of a bitch thinks running is gonna be oh, I can't fly any higher. That's okay, that's dirty. Let's say I'm just gonna fly really high and get this sucker. What a punk. I'm gonna get you! Got him. Not that he was terribly difficult or anything, I suppose. Ah, shit. Love my flight line for some reason. I just use my pirated stuff. Do it! Hell, why not? Vastly huge library for freaking fraction of the cost. My 3 Genesis games are bangers, though. I think the reason I bought the Genesis was because it came with Another World, which is a game that changed my view on video games could be. It also came with Sonic 1 and 2. Well, Sonic 1 and 2 are bangers as well. I've never heard of Another World, though. If it's that strongly influenced you, I might have to go take a look myself. Yeah, that's literally the first time I've heard about that. I'm curious what it's about now. My very first Sega game, though. No, I've talked about this before. My very first Sega game was Where's Waldo? My dad, I've told this story before. I'm sorry if I'm repeating to anybody here. Sorry heard it, but too bad. You're here. You're going to sit through it again. My dad, bless his heart, I'm sure my mom had a hand in on it too. Bought me my Sega Genesis when I was a little kid or whatever for Christmas one year. And, you know, completely electronic illiterate parents trying their hardest to make their kid happy. Bought me the Genesis, and they bought me the very first game with it was The Great Waldo Search. And yeah, okay, Waldo on a Sega Genesis, that seems a little bit under, but you know, fuck it. I was grateful as fuck, and I played the shit out of it, even though it had only like 2 stages. And they tried. And I can't blame them, because, okay, he's a kid. He has some Waldo books he's really liked. He's got to like the game, right? But yeah, I enjoyed that. Somewhere down the line, my dad's buddy, his name was, of all things, Zucker. That was his last name, but that's all I ever knew him as was Zucker, so... he loaned me Sonic 2 for some time. Right, now I'm above that flight level. I think. Yeah, as long as I don't go down. Hold him to get this stuff. He loaned me Sonic 2 for a while. And I didn't see Zucker again for a while. I think he ended up getting married after that, and his new wife didn't like let him see his friends anymore or anything, because he never got pissed off at my dad or anything. They just grew apart after a while. I assume that's what it was. From what little I know about and remember about Zucker, it sounds like his wife that he ended up being a bitch or something. Because she didn't let him play video games anymore, and he stopped seeing my dad so much, so I can only assume she just, like, locked his ass down. But anyways, finally, after, like, 10 years, Zucker came to visit, and I told him, I'm like, hey, I still have your Sonic too, and I kept it in good condition. Like, do you want it back? And that's when he told me, like, oh yeah, I got married and my wife don't let me play video games anymore. He's like, go ahead and keep it. I was like, yes, I was hoping you'd say that because I love this game. I didn't want to have to go rebuy it. So I got Sonic 2 there. Then I got a handful of games from one of my brother's old friends or whatever. He was getting rid of a Sega, and he's just like, oh, his little brother only has like 2 games, and I got like 5 older games. Strider was one of them. Altered Beast is that's where I got that one, and a couple others. This asshole, he thinks he's so goddamn clever. But anyway, yeah. Oh, I love my Sega. I got so many hours on that sucker. Yeah. I'd have to say if I had any system that I chose that would, like, I don't know, I don't want to say define my childhood, but had a, you know, good impact on it. Probably the Sega. I have a lot of hours on my Nintendo and all my other systems, but I don't know. Sega did what Nintendo didn't. Was called Out of This World. Okay. In other regions. So maybe you notice that. I've not heard of that either, Tiny, but I will go look up both. Should type it down in Discord because I might forget. I don't know. What time is it in the stream here? 2:28. Out of This World or Another World. Later inverse. 2:28. Yeah, that's what we're talking about. Look at these guys. I got an airplane. So slow, too. There we go. So you'd think for being speed junkies, their planes would be a little bit faster. Oh, shit! I thought I was going to clear that. Oh, well, at least it's not auto-death. They died in the stage with no enemies. These aren't technically enemies. They don't fight back or nothing. The way of fighting back is just to stay out of range. And they're pretty bad at that, too. How many times have I heard the Vanna White story before? At least 3 that I can recall of, including tonight. I'm sure it's been more. Partly because I probably have dementia, and, and partly because I repeat stories for people that may have not necessarily been around the first time. But you're a trooper for sticking around every time anyways. At this point, you guys will probably remember details of my life better than me. Y'all get the story every 3 weeks. The same stories. Another World was more or less made by a single French dude. It blew my mind as a sci-fi story and super cinematic with dramatic close-ups. I'm intrigued now. Story was a lot more than tell. It just blew my mind that they could do storytelling like that. Well, I am huge on story. Well, you're definitely catching my attention here, Tiny. Those high accolades coming from you, of all people, too, have piqued my interest. There it goes. Alright. One more door to unlock somewhere. I like how Nasty just has a secret level hidden away for all the extra loot that he can take with him. Other door. Yeah. Yeah, it's gotta be. There it is. That's so cool, Tiny. Yeah, sort of. That's where I chased that thief. Oh, yes. Yep, okay. Up and head back here. After I've been playing mostly silly arcade games, it never occurred to me that video games could be used like that. Yeah, you're right, because a lot of video games were basically just arcade adaptations for at home. Sega made a lot of arcade games, and they figured they could make some extra money by selling at-home consoles of the same games. Excuse me. Apologies on my voice. It's starting to finally give after coughing all day. So if I sound like I'm a little softer, that would be why. Right? Like these, and I think we're gonna put a nice big red bow on Spyro here. Yes, this was sort of in the original too. Obviously, the more detailed stuff is new, but this is where Nasty's been hanging out the whole time. Look at all these love letters. No entry, keep out. Patience is for dragons. Knowledge is the power to turn dragons to crystal. Teamwork is for Norks who can't do it themselves. Confidence. There's nothing standing between you and your goal but a tiny little purple dragon. Imagination rhymes with devastation. These are probably love letters he wrote to himself. Practice. It's not about being the best, it's about destroying everyone else. Knowledge and yeah, all the other stuff. Anyway, I was kind of curious what was on these. I keep throwing them before looking. Snake. Mega, some other add on it. That's great. That looks like it's supposed to be a mirror, but it isn't. Giant oil painting. Anyways, all right, let's set off the final party here for finishing the game. Woo! Kaboom! All the purple gems, because it's a purple dragon. Shoot. There it is. Collect all the gems and Nasty's loot. Kaboom. We just over-hundoed Spyro the Dragon. L to the yeah. Alright. Little cherry on top by returning home. Secret ending.
Spyro the Dragon, you've defeated Gnasty Ganor, collected the dragon eggs, saved all the dragons, and recovered every bit of treasure in the Dragon Kingdom. How do you feel?
I feel fired up, Bob. And I'm happy for the dragon world, of course. I certainly wouldn't want to spend the rest of my dragon days butting heads with Nasty Nork and his weird minions.
What's a minion?
Me.
Never mind. You know what they say. For every good battle, you need a good adversary. And I felt that Nasty, in spite of his misguided nature, was a worthy opponent. Uh-oh. Here we go again.
Nasty's like, aw, I'm worthy. Let's do this again. Oh, cool. Thank you, Tiny. I thought that was Brock. Brock's usually the one pulling the trigger on that. Oh, yeah. One final zap to seal the deal. Boof. There it is. Boom. 100. 100. 100. 100. 100. 120. Hell yeah. Right up there. Game total. 120. 6 hours and 44. Just shy of 7. So if I had a little more patience on Christmas, I could have hundoed in one night. But I was at the 7-hour mark for that night already, and I was pushing my bedtime already, so. And the stinking flying levels. Ugh. Cool. Anyways, 36. I got a couple hours still. I don't want to go all night tonight like I typically do because my voice is starting to give. But I think we'll kick off Spyro 2 probably next week. This is mostly up to Brock because he hasn't been feeling well lately. So, you know, we've been giving him a break here. But we'll probably go back to Borderlands 4 next week. But I'm going to keep Spyro on hand here. I was saving it for a special occasion, but I got to thinking the other day when I needed to play a game that I just kind of improvise a little bit. I was like, why wait? You've been streaming for how many years now? I was gonna save it for a special like anniversary or something. And I'm like, because it was the very first game I ever streamed ever. Was on the PS4 without a camera, just a mic, and I was gonna have it come full circle at like the 10-year mark or something. But I'm like, fuck it, why wait? I can always do that with Excelsior because that was my first PC stream and where I actually started getting serious about being a streamer here. I say serious, but I mean, you know, serious. Committing to it to some degree. Because when I started doing Spyro on the PS4, like, I was extremely socially anxious. Like to the point where I would stream for 40 minutes and feel like I streamed for, like, 12 hours. Like, I just, 40 minutes, and I was like, the pressure, I gotta go. And I got a little bit better, but then I bailed on it for a while, and then I saw the capture card for PC one day on sale. I was like, man, I'm probably never going to find a capture card for this cheap again. If I buy this, though, I'm committing money to it, so I have to do it. Otherwise, I'll be mad at myself for eternity. You know, yeah, hey, look here. Casually, half a decade later. Oh, look, he's so scared. So scared he doesn't even hurt me when I walk into him or nothing. Pacifist. And he's dead. I think my first stream game might have been Castlevania for the GBA. Hey, nice choice. Ah! That Nork just shit himself and ran. Yeah, no, that's great, Tiny. Castlevania is a good one to open up with. But yeah, then Excelsior for DOS was my first PC stream that we actually did. Technically hundo that one too. I was gonna say, this is the first game where I actually pushed for 100% and actually, you know, got it. I unintentionally have hundoed other games just because, for the most part, finishing the game was the hundo. Like Excelsior, for example, or Castle of the Winds. They didn't have side quests or anything like that. It was, you did the main quest and that was all you had to do. But anyways, alright. I'm gonna quit. And we're gonna start Spyro 2. Yeah, look at that, 120! Alright, yeah, no. As I say, I could quit really early, but it's only been 2.5 hours. We'll start Ripto's Rage. Again, these are games that the second two I probably won't hundo. Well,
Is this rain
we'll have
ever
fun.
gonna stop? I've forgotten what the sun looks like. We should go on vacation. Somewhere warm. Somewhere sunny. Dragon Shores, yeah! I haven't been there since we kicked Nasty Nork's butt.
5 minutes ago.
How about it, Sparks? You up for a vacation at the beach? Last one there's a Nork!
You dirty.
Is it working, Professor?
Almost. Just a few more adjustments to these orbs and...
Maybe this isn't such a good idea. Bringing a dragon here could just make Ripto more angry.
Calm down, Hunter, and stop fidgeting.
But you saw the professor's book. They have claws like this, and teeth like this, and they can spit fire like this. They sound much
That's
more dangerous than
halitosis.
Ripto.
That's exactly the point. A dragon is our only chance of stopping Ripto, and you know it.
It's working! It's working! I've got a dragon!
Whoa! Rough landing. Hi, which way's the beach? Hey, stop staring. Haven't you guys ever seen a dragon before?
You're a dragon?
You got a problem with that, pussycat?
One word away from being in a higher rated game, right?
Well, someone forgot to invite me to the party. Were you trying to keep something from me? A dragon? You brought a dragon to Avalar? I hate dragons. Yeah!
Haha, right on the tuchus.
Kill it! Kill it!
Kill it!
Go, you imbecile! You ate my scepter! I'll deal with you later!
Who was that jerk?
That was Ripto, and we have to get rid of him. He's causing all sorts of trouble around here, but I haven't got time to explain. Here, take this magic guide to Avalar. It'll help you begin to understand our worlds. Right now, I have to follow Ripto and see what he's up to. I'll meet you in Summer Forest, okay?
Hey, wait a minute! How do we get ourselves into these messes, pal?
By trying to take a vacation. But this was unreal back in the day when I put so many hours in the Spyro 1, obsessing as a kid. Then this came out, and I'm like, now, 2 and 3 mostly have the same aesthetic and everything, but they do have a little bit of a tonal change because the levels are a little more episodic now. Instead of just being levels where you go around and collect stuff, you're more or less done, and each level has just like a light theme to it. Like, oh, this is the desert level, this is the ice level, yada yada. These have little storylines to them. And I say little storylines, I mean, it's not anything deep. It's usually like, oh, Ripto stole all of our alligators. Can you go free the alligators for us? And then you free the alligators, like, thanks, dude, here's a gem for you. And then you're on your way. But these do have little side missions for extra gems or whatever. And there's some of them that are really frustrating in 2 and 3. Most of them are pretty doable, you know, a little bit of practice and stuff, but God, it's the one thing preventing me from hundoing some of these, though, is just, I mean, you'll see when we get to those parts, but anyways, as a kid coming back and just seeing all this lively stuff again, and it more or less is controlling the same exact way and stuff, like, it was awesome.
Hi, Spyro. Welcome to Glimmer.
Like when Sonic 3 came out after Sonic 2 for me.
Lizards just showed up and started stealing all of our gems. Can you stop them?
Found a highlight on my channel from the first Castlevania Circle of the Moon boss 10 years ago. Dude, I should look that up, Tiny. I am scared because I did save a few of my Spyro streams. They're on my old hard drive. I'd have to go and dig up my connector and, you know, pull it off there. And my Excelsior streams. I saved a couple of them. Like, I am scared to go back to those. Like, I was such a wee baby streamer back then. I still have my glasses and stuff. Hadn't quite gotten the LASIK yet, because I got that during COVID. Which, by the way, if you have the means and you're like nearsighted or whatever, I could not recommend LASIK more. Brock had it done, and he came to me and was like speaking accolades about it, and I thought it was a lot more expensive than it was. And I went and had it done. I had to fight some personal demons to not run away from it once I got it going, but no, like, best decision I've ever made in my life. Not depending on glasses or contacts has been such a goddamn game changer just for life in general. Like, I'm so glad I didn't run away from that. I was seriously white-knuckling the chair when the doctor came in to get the procedure going, and I literally was one breath away from being like, nah, dude, just take my money. I'd forget it. I'm donating this. Just let me leave. But yeah, the doctor came in. Again, I'm sorry if you've heard the story a million times, but you're gonna hear it 1,000,001 now. Yeah, doctor came in. 30 seconds into looking at my eyes, he's just like, "Oh, this is gonna be easy." And that's that confidence right there. I tell you what was a game changer too, because after I heard that, I'm like, why am I worried? This is like a normal Tuesday for this guy. It's not gonna fuck up. I'm buying the most expensive one there is because I don't want to take the risk on a cheap procedure. And yeah, that'd be like me being worried that, or excuse me, somebody worrying that I'm gonna make their sandwich wrong, even though I've been doing it for 25 years. Like why am I worried about this? And yeah, whole procedure took less than 30 seconds. I took a 3-hour nap and I had eyesight again. Fuck. Even saying it out loud still is just like, holy shit. That's so ridiculously like fast. I've only really had 2 surgeries in my life, and I'm reluctant to call them surgeries. I mean, technically they are, but that being one of them. And the only other surgery I had was getting my wisdom teeth removed. That one I count, because while they didn't really open me up or anything, I told them to use extra painkiller because my body resists both sickness and like drugs. And he didn't. I was waiting for the whole thing, felt the whole thing. Felt him hammering on my molars and stuff and like breaking them apart and stuff. Like, that was not fun. Of course, it could have hurt a lot more. It did hurt, but not the anesthetic or whatever. But yeah, no, that part sucked. But
Hi, Spyro.
at least I didn't get dry socket. Heard that's bad.
Me to help you out. Whenever you find me, I'll remember your progress. Like this. That zap means that if you get into trouble, I'll return you to this place. See you around.
I'm actually an ancient warlock, and I'm bringing you back to life every time. Every time you die, I require a blood sacrifice. Whoa, this got dark fast. I've been giving it some thought. The LASIK, yeah. If you're referring to the LASIK, I 1,000,000% suggest it. I mean, if you can afford it, of course. Or mine, I have shit insurance. Actually, I didn't even have insurance. I think at the time that I got the surgery done, but no, it was just made affordable because here I was sitting. I'll throw numbers out. Fuck it. I was sitting here most of my life thinking it was going to be like 10 grand or more, or even 10 grand an eye. I'm like, this is just, it's going to be so expensive, I'll never be able to afford it, and even if I do, can I really justify it? Then Brock came to me and said, oh, you can get like the Cadillac package, I've been calling it, where you get the best kind of surgery, you get the laser, you get checkups for the following year, and you get the new custom mapping service they'd gotten that year. It custom maps your eyeball. It's not even at this point a guessing game, and it will quit if you move your eye or anything crazy like that. They give you they squirt in your eyes stuff that makes your eyes numb first off, so you don't feel anything at all, which was really weird, and you completely lose the urge to blink. That was a big thing I was worried about. I'm like, even if they hold my eyelashes back, like my eye is gonna be moving around trying to stay wet. Like, nope. You can stare at something and not have the urge to blink or move your eyes or anything. But, yeah, no, like I said, it was 12 seconds an eye. It was less than 30 seconds, the whole surgery. I could pretty much see leaving the office, but he recommended leaving my eyes closed for, you know, at least a couple hours to, like, give them the chance to seal back up. And, yeah, no, I got a ride home. I had a book on tape or whatever. It was on YouTube, but I had one of those loaded up, ready to go when I got home, so I just laid on the couch, listened to audiobooks for about 3 hours, and then I got up after I kind of got sick of laying there, and opened up my eyes fully, and I'm like, holy hell, I don't need my glasses. Then I put my glasses on, I'm like, going cross-eyed already, like, wow, I was just wearing these like 3 hours ago and needed them. But, yeah, the doctor got, not only did he get my eyes to be 2015 vision, so better than perfect vision, because 2020, I believe, is the line, and anything less than that is better. He got rid of my astigmatism in my other eye, where your eyeball's weirdly shaped and whatnot. And yeah, that whole package, the Cadillac package, with all that custom mapping. What else did I say? The laser, because you could get a cheaper procedure with a physical blade that was only like $2,000, but who the hell is going to do that, risk that? No. I threw as much money as I could because I wanted to make sure it wasn't going to fuck up. All that being said, the Cadillac package for both eyes and all that wonderful stuff I just listed off, $4,000. Gave me a further discount because I was an essential worker during COVID. So I ended up paying, after taxes, services, all that good crap, I think I paid about $3,500 for the whole thing. For perfect eyesight again. Like, hot damn, that is so cheap to restore a permanently lost ability. So, as I said, like, I cannot recommend it enough. It's been a life changer. I think about it all the time, how lucky I am to been able to go through that and have it turn out okay and everything. Like, so shout out to Brock. I don't know if he's passed out or something. He hasn't spoken in a minute, but maybe he's playing sports ball games. But no, thank you, Brock, for suggesting it. Changed my life. Like, Easily one of the best decisions, if not the best decision I've made in my life. Now I get to ruin my eyes over another 30 years all over again by staring at screens. But that being said, if you do decide you want to do it, my doctor did say, obviously, and this should be kind of obvious, the younger you are, the better it is to get it. Because your eyes will recover a lot better and a lot faster and yada, yada, yada. But he says the older you get, you know, there might be chances where it might not restore your vision all the way, or not necessarily botched, but it just won't be as effective as it could have been. Yeah. I don't want to pressure you, Tiny, but I couldn't have made a better decision. I'll just leave it there.
Ah, you must be the dragon everyone's talking about. Well, dragon or not, I'm afraid there is a small fee to open the bridge. It will cost you 100 of your gems to cross.
And now everybody gets to learn the real antagonist of the game. So this bear shows up every now and again and basically demands half of your money at certain points of the game. It's just a way for the game to make sure that you're collecting enough as you go along. But look at him. He's the 1%. What's not to hate?
Thank you, Mr. Dragon. Spyro, was it? You can now use the bridge whenever you want, free of charge. I hope we meet again when you have even more gems.
Yeah, how droll. I mean, to be fair, he is a good typical rich person because gems literally laying scattered all around. Look at this. This one's got to be worth like 500 by itself. But yet he still has an underling go and collect them all for him anyways. Yeah, you tend to use your eyes in day-to-day business, so it's a pretty good investment. Oh yeah, no, even if you didn't and you just had hobbies and stuff, I don't know. I just feel way more secure not needing glasses and contacts because I use contacts for, well, I've had glasses since 3rd grade. And then contacts I started in high school. And I used contacts primarily at that point because glasses just, you can scratch them, they get foggy, they get dirty. Anything I do at work, water splashes on them. Like having I don't know. I mean, I'm throwing these terms around loosely a lot, but like OCD and shit, like if anything got on my glasses, I would have to clean it off. I would stop what I'm doing. It's annoying. Even if it's like a speck of dust or something. I'm like, no, I can see it in the corner of my eye. It drives me nuts. So I use contacts a lot more, but contacts would dry my eyes out all day long, even if I had eye drops and stuff. So basically I was like looking like this most of the time. I'm sure AM can attest, like at the end of a school day, I probably looked like I was high half the time. And I wasn't even doing, hell, I didn't even start drinking until I was like 24. But yeah, no, they would dry my eyes out real bad. And I know that shit wasn't good for them in the first place, but just to be able to wake up and know I'm not at the mercy of needing, like if somebody, again, this is a hypothetical, my brain runs wild with this shit all the time, but hypothetical, like somebody's breaking in and like, you know, seconds matter on defending yourself. Like I'm not at the mercy of needing to grab my glasses and put them on, or at the mercy of like having to go run to the bathroom and put in contacts or something, like, or just your day-to-day life, like not having to depend on that crap. Like, oh, if something hits me in the face, I'm just gonna get pissed off and maybe injured, not have to replace my glasses and not have eyesight for a week. But yeah. Anyways, I'll shut up about it because I don't want to feel like I'm being obnoxious with it, but I don't care about looking around. I can do that myself. But yeah, no, best decision of my life, I swear to God on it. Alright, so I need to learn to climb. This is why I'm skipping this. I should activate it. I keep forgetting that not everybody knows about this.
Gem cutters are a bit too short to climb these ladders. And it looks like you are too. After you learn to climb, come back to Glimmer to see me.
So, in a lot of these stages, you can't even hundo on the first pass because you need a special abilities half the time that you get later in the home world or whatever. So they made these games a little bit more involved to hundo. Not too much. It's not like it's impossible or whatever, but those few frustrating mini games on top of probably, I think, 5 more flight levels. Yes, the flight levels return in each of these games. Yeah, makes it a little bit more difficult to hundo. Yeah, not impossible, but there's a challenge there now.
Please take this talisman of Glimmer as a sign of our gratitude.
Yeah.
This magic portal next to me will take you to Summer Forest, one of the home worlds of Avalar.
Right, since I can't hundo because I don't have that ability, we're gonna leave. Oh, boom. Alright, so I think I'm gonna play probably for another hour here. Or until my voice completely gives out.
Oh no! Oh, hello. We didn't get a chance to introduce ourselves before. My name is Alora.
Hi. I'm Spyro. What are you, some kind of goat?
I'm a fawn, you dork.
Dork.
Sorry.
Did you meet the gem cutters in Glimmer?
Yeah, they gave me a souvenir too. They called it a talisman.
They gave you a talisman?
What, is it special? I just stuck it in the guidebook you gave me.
Well, there are 14 talismans in Avalar, and they are all magical. If you can collect enough of them, they can be used to defeat Ripto. Hunter, where have
Hunter
you
just
been?
shows up and throws up right there.
Got a little lost.
I'm not used to portal
Spyro helps
technology.
collect the talismans.
I am?
He is.
Spyro, look. There's no way you can get to Dragon Shores right now. Ripto and his monsters have taken over the castle here in the Summer Forest. You're going to have to go to Avalar's worlds and convince the inhabitants to give you their talisman. You can keep them in your guidebook.
Hey, I could do that. Why doesn't the dragon just torch Ripto?
Hunter, you can't even keep track of your running shoes. How can we trust you with 14 talismans?
I don't wear
If
shoes.
you come across any orbs, they're important too. But I'll tell you about them later.
Okay, no problem. I'll collect a few talismans, give Ripto the old hot foot, and be in Dragon Shores by lunchtime.
See, now this is where I know Brock was talking about last time, like Spyro being the real enemy of the game because he's just showing up to these places and trashing all these poor Norks and stuff. But this is where it kind of gets a little villainous. It's like, okay, she just said, Spyro, you can't get the Dragon Shores right now, blah, blah. Gee, and I wonder why that is. It's like somebody pulled me out of the portal where I was supposed to go, and now you're assigning me all this crap to do while you checks notes, just standing there. Okay. But there's mini games and stuff where, like I said, it gets a little. Who's the real enemy here? Because Hunter will show up and be like, "Whoa, Spyro, I'm gonna skateboard and I want you to compete with me for points. I'll give you an orb if you beat me at this mini game." It's like, bitch, I'm collecting these orbs for you guys, so you guys can help defeat Ripto. Why are you holding out on me? I'm just literally just giving it back to you guys the second I get it. Another side effect of me building a retro collection focus on my upscaler is that I can just switch over to HDMI and stream those retro consoles. Who knows, maybe I'll start streaming more often. Dude, you do it, I'll be there, man, if I'm, not at work or sleeping or whatever. I do enjoy a good tiny stream when I can get in on one. That is something I was thinking about looking into, too. I have to do a little reorganizing since I'd be using the CTR for it, but I know there's adapters out there where you can actually hook up old hardware to a capture card or whatever. Probably do it with very minimal extra hardware. I think I have most of what I need. I just need a coaxial to HDMI converter, and I can poke that into the. See, I'd still want to play on my CRT. If we're gonna do the hardware experience, I'd want to play on the CRT. I know you guys wouldn't have the same experience because you'd still be getting an HDMI signal, but because at that point it's like, well, if I'm gonna be playing the game in HDMI myself, I might as well just emulate. It'll be a lot cheaper and a lot faster. But that may be something down the road if I build up a substantial collection. Because I did years ago, I did a DOS game night where I picked out like 8 of my favorite DOS games and we played them all in one night. Not to finish, of course, but far enough to give you guys a good idea of what it was about and then move on to whatever, but I think I can swim right. Yes, alright. Spyro 1, you cannot swim. Spyro 2 gives you that ability. I had 30-something lives. Oh, why did Spyro die so many times in the 5 minutes between this and the last game? But yeah, no. And somewhere down the line, I would like to do an actual hardware stream night. I just can't dive yet. Alright. I gotta go to Moneybags and learn how to swim, I guess. But yeah, Tiny, dude, yeah. That'd be awesome if you started streaming more. I know we got a funny time difference, but look at those sheep. But I'm sure I'd catch you at some point.
Spyro, this is the homeworld called Summer Forest. There are portals to many of the Avalar worlds around here. Unfortunately, Ripto has taken over the castle, and we need your help. Start by retrieving the talismans from each of the worlds you visit.
Yeah, I'm considering trying to find, in a lack of a better word, cozy way of doing it. No, I get you. That's what I mean by moving my CRT out here. It's like, well, I'd have to move it into my living room because I don't have enough cords to reach over there. And frankly, I don't want to... Here, you can almost see that door right there is where I'm keeping all my retro stuff. I'm making a room out of it. I'm trying to get a theme going with like the posters and stuff in there. Now, right on the other side of this wall is where I'm keeping the CRT. That's where it gets tricky because I don't want to have to move all my computer and cameras and yada yada. And if I put the CRT out here, it's going to eat up some room, and I use this room for D&D and stuff too. So that's where I would have to sit down and think real hard. It'd probably have to be a temporary move too. I mean, I guess I could put it like here for whatever. I'm not going to think about it right now, but yeah. Now somewhere down the line, I'll make it work, and we'll have a couple nights where we do some SNES, Genesis, NES game streams. Recreate the couch next to CRT feeling in my streams. Yes, you and I are on a similar wavelength because that's, you can't really see it, but this dark spot right here in between the door and the frame, that's actually an old ass couch that kind of reminds, it's got like the flower pattern on it and stuff, kind of like old 80s and 90s couches had. I mean, I'm sure other eras had it too, but my current hunt, other than games, is I want to find an old entertainment center that reminds me of that era too. But A, a little bit for aesthetic, but B, because I want to have a good clean place to put all my systems behind glass so they don't get so dusty and crap too. And I want to be able to display my game collection too, so that's another reason why I want glass. Doors anyways, not the whole thing. Yeah, Spyro 2, a lot more mini games, a little bit more story involved, and a lot more secrets and hunting. They get a little more clever about hiding stuff in these later 2 games because they learned a lot with first one. Had a little bit more charm to them. I would still say 1 is probably my favorite out of the 3. Just because it's a little bit more simpler and doable, but that's not because these 2 games did anything bad necessarily. It's just, it was my first impression of the series and everything.
Hey, Spyro. Ripto smashed this bridge, so I guess you'll have to glide across it. Press the jump button, then press jump again while you're still in the air to glide.
So, funny story about these characters that they're introducing here, Hunter and Elora and stuff, is Spyro 1 through 3 had this Muppet aesthetic about it. Like, Spyro more or less looked like a low polygon version of what he is here, but they really changed up Hunter, Elora, and the Doctor and stuff. Like, their general look is the same, but in the original Spyro 2, Hunter looked way like a Muppet leopard, and instead of sounding like this crazy surfer guy with a little bit of attitude, but he's got a good heart, Hunter used to talk like this. Spyro, I got an orb for you. Would you? He was really slow and dopey. I'm trying to think of a good character to compare him to, but yeah, he was just a slow, dopey Muppet kind of a character. But now he's like all athletic and charming and shit. Elora was Muppetier looking by far too. She actually looked a little bit more human than she did in this one. But her personality is about the same. The Doctor's about the same, except more of a Muppet look there. And his eyes were actually open in that one, but... Alright, anyways, glide, sure, yeah. Teaching me something I've been doing for the last 7 hours total. Oh, and this one you flutter too, I forgot about that. Instead of just dropping straight down, like, check this out. get a little boost. So, you know, all that trouble I was having with certain ledges in the first one are pretty much not an issue. I mean, lesser of an issue in this one. Die! Always a Spyro thing to torch as many critters as you can.
Sparks, the dragonfly following you around is your health indicator, Spyro. The brighter he is, the more hit points you have.
I love, again, I get this for the players. You know, maybe somebody didn't play Spyro and they're jumping into this because it's new and it's shiny and everything. But it's like, Zoe, how do you know more about Sparks than Spyro? Like, he literally just got here, and Sparks has been Spyro's best friend, as far as we know, his whole life. We've had at least one major adventure together anyways. In case you haven't figured it out, your fighter flies colors, he's taking hits for you. But you knew that, right? Whoa!
Hi, Spyro. You look like you're pretty agile. Let's try putting it to a test. See if you can get up this first step. Press the jump button and hold it down to get more hang time.
All these assholes drag him here and then they treat him like a geriatric. Let's see if you can get up the stair. Ugh! Oh, god damn it, he did.
Okay, not bad. Now to make this next jump, you'll
Whoa.
have to glide. Press the jump button, then press jump again at the top of your jump to get the maximum glide distance.
Not that the voice actor's doing a bad job. He's got a great voice. Like, but this isn't Hunter to me. He's not the charming but lovable surfer guy. Like, he's the dopey Muppet. Come on.
Nice job. Now try to do a hover. Press the jump button, then press jump again to glide. When you reach the end of your glide, press the action button to hover. Hovering will give you extra height and distance.
I know more about being a dragon than you do, sucker. By the way, I'm totally breaking the fourth wall here. What's the fourth wall? Whoa! Mind blown, dude.
Very good. Now for the hardest leap of all. You'll have to give this one everything you've got. Get a walking start, jump, glide, and hover just before you get to the edge of the platform. Don't forget to press forward on the left stick when you hover.
What stick? I don't know. They just told me to say that. Whoa!
Wow, you're a pretty good athlete. If I hadn't lost my running shoes, I'd take you on for real. For now, here's an orb for your collection.
Here's an orb that you're collecting for us, that you're gonna give back once you have all. Why are you holding out? You're an ass. Complete Hunter's challenge. Well, you bite as well. Chud. I don't hate Hunter. They just all have a very know-it-all attitude. Like, you summoned me here. I'm supposed to be your expert. You all seem very capable of doing this shit on your own. Yeah, but Inverth, then we wouldn't have a game to play. I know, it just seems a little ludicrous. Like how I set up my own straw man there sometimes. Absolutely nobody in chat is harassing me over the shit I'm saying, but I'm harassing myself nonetheless. Alright, my man's gonna teach me to swim.
Sorry, Spyro. I'd love to teach you how to swim underwater, but not as much as I'd love to take your treasure.
Yeah, rich get richer. 500, I don't even have enough. Gotta go do another world. Colossus is the boss? Maybe? I can't remember. No, I think it's just a level. We did Glimmer most of the home world down at this. Yeah, let's go to Colossus. Screw it. Don't need to hunt down another one. Or wait, whatever this one is. Idle Springs. Some of these are really funny. Oh. Hey, you know, buddy, worth the try, right? So my 2 arcade sticks will be rest in front of the CRT while the regular controller stuff is on the CRT button. Good. Tiny, I got an arcade stick for the NES. I'd love to get hooked up too once I get that rolling. And I seen a second one at one of the retro stores, only for 20 bucks. Like, are you kidding me? That's like dirt cheap for old hardware like that. I got 2 light zappers already, though. The gray ones, too. Those are the rarer ones, I feel like, because they changed them to orange later, figuring, oh, crap. We made them look kind of like real guns. We better make them a ridiculous color, so it can't be mistaken for anything else.
Spyro, the idols we were carving have come to life. They've locked us out of our temples and stolen our food.
Sucks to suck. Maybe you shouldn't be playing God with idols here. Just saying. Get him. I'm excited for you, Tiny. Wind up going through with all that. Well, I mean, you're working on it, but... Can't torch those. He's got a hostage. And a wiener on a stick.
Those metal shields are making enemies invulnerable to your flame attack. If you press and hold the charge button, you can defeat them with your charge attack.
Press jump to jump, you'll jump. If you press charge to charge, you'll charge. I don't get it. I feel like that stuff is worth explaining in the first game, but the second game, since it's stepping up the difficulty a little bit and stuff, and you probably should have played the first game already, they should let you find this stuff out on your own about the metal shields and stuff. I mean, it only makes sense. Like, hell, even as a kid, I see that metal shield and I'm like, it probably won't hurt. Flames probably won't do anything. So the big guy is like, well, Spyro's tiny. Charging those won't do much. I've decided what my first game on SNES will be when I get the Super Famicom. Finally gonna complete Final Fantasy 6 or 3 in the US. I hate how they fuck up those numbers like that. But yes, I know what you're talking about. That's cool, Tiny. Good luck with that if you haven't found one already. That's gonna be a hunt. Your least favorite green star in Mario Galaxy 2? Unfortunately, Glamrock, I have not played Mario Galaxy or 2 for that matter. What system were those on? Was that the Wii U or did that finally? Yeah. I did not have a Wii U, so that might explain it. I think Galaxy was that too, wasn't it? Or was that Wii? The original Wii? Okay. Thought 2 may have been Wii U, but... Shit, I got a Wii. I should go get a copy or two, huh? Doing? Me at work. Mario Galaxy is amazing. I actually finished that on stream, back when I finished games on stream. I never finished 2, though. Shame on me. Well, there's always time. You have beans, right? Yeah, maybe someday I'll check them out. I played maybe about a half an hour of the first Galaxy, because my buddy John brought it over when it came out. I mean, they look and play fun enough. I don't really have a real excuse for not playing them. No. I'm not going to use the right stick at all. Oh yeah, that would suck. Yeah, shoot, the next Mario movie's gonna be galaxy-centered. Which I'm excited for. Mario Galaxy could definitely have a fun story to tell with the movie. But I'm still pissed that the next princess is gonna be Rosalina, and they're introducing a desert world. And no Daisy! What the hell? I'm sure AM's with me on this. We Diane Daisy. You're screwing one of the original princesses. I kind of thought they'd go with Super Mario World being the second movie because the end of the first one, spoiler alert, post-credit scene, they'd show a Yoshi egg. I don't remember if I think I gotta trigger it. Yeah. It's a mini game, but I gotta talk to somebody to get it to work. Inverse, which of the 7 Dragon Balls needed to summon Shenron is your favorite? That'd be the 1-star ball because it looks like a boob. The game released 10 years ago is your favorite and why? I can barely remember yesterday, Brock. Don't ask me about 10 years ago.
We've got a place for you here, but for the moment, I want you to have this talisman.
Oh, already? Okay, cool. Bye. Boob. Yes. It looks like a boob. Hey guys, come here. I found a pair of rocks that look like boobs. Dark Souls 3. 10 years ago that was already. Shit. I like him. 2016. 2016 seems like yesterday, but that was 20 years ago. Fuck, probably this. This was 2018, I believe. My God, this remake was 2018. This was 10 years ago, nearly 8 years ago. Holy shit, that means I started streaming technically 8 years ago at this point. Or at least 7. Wow! 2016 does not seem like 10 years ago. What in the actual F? Sure it's wise to go down before, which it wasn't. Oh, shit. Didn't flutter there. Bogus, dude. June 2016. Yeah, you're right, because it's right there in the title. Jeez. That was... You know what? For now, we'll stick with that. You want a serious answer, and I'm sure you don't. we can go with that. June 2016 was fucking solid. I can agree to that. Unless it was Nausea. No, I'm pretty sure Nausea was 2020, and that was... What? That was on the Switch first, I think. And then ported to PC? Or maybe the other way around. I don't know. Irregardless, it's not... Yeah, not 2016. Irregardless. Hey, true, that's a real word. Oh, there's a lady. Oh. Backwards-ish. Now I'm going back. Crazy at Doom 2016 was 10 years ago. What an amazing game. It was! Again, it doesn't seem like it was that long ago, but man, they've released 2 games since then. Not counting any, like, mobile or alternative stuff at mainline titles. Even though I think one game played like ass, and I haven't played the other one yet. You know what? What am I doing? Screw it. I can't handle this right now anyway, so. It totally holds up. 100. 100%. Should replay that for stream someday. The 10-year anniversary. Oh my god. They could have all gotten along if they just let them have a bonfire to cook their weenies on. I don't really want to recall any more games that came out 10 years ago because I'm like aging as we go. Oh boy. Hey, free life. Let's go. That was Idle Spring. Good Glimmer. Wank. Colossus. You should know that sound. Right after I said Colossus. I don't remember if there's other levels or not, but yeah. Oh, I think there's one underwater. Where are we at on gems? Hey, we got enough. Let's go. When do games become retro games? 10 years? 20? Does it depend on generation of consoles? So my rule, Brock, is going to be different probably than everybody else's rules, but whatever. It's all arbitrary, I guess. My rule is at least 2 gens back. I don't consider PlayStation 4 to be retro. PlayStation 3, I feel like is retro adjacent. The PlayStation 2 is retro. And beyond that, and so forth. Same for like Nintendo. Obviously, Switch is not retro. I wouldn't even consider Wii U retro quite yet. Again, adjacent. But the Wii is where I'm like, okay, yeah, that's feeling a little primitive compared to what Nintendo's offering nowadays. And I haven't owned an Xbox since the 360, so the 360 I definitely am considering retro at this point. That's the bulk of retro stores' game libraries. Xbox 360 games. They had such a massive collection. Well, time to head on home. The reason I ask is you tend to focus on streaming older games, so if you stream Doom 2016, will that still work with your theme? I don't consider that to be retro quite yet. Just because the games that they're still making still more or less look like that, so it's hard for me to say that's retro. I mean, I still play modern games, but for stream, like, I don't consider this retro. This isn't retro at all. This is 2018. Yeah, I definitely don't consider this remake retro yet. When I looked at my collection, I was most surprised over the amount of original Xbox games I own. Nice. I have a few, but definitely not as many as the 360. I feel like I hacked that thing on day one. Do you think labeling something as retro really depends on the age of the person IDing it? Like today, if a kid grew up playing PS4 and they're in their 20s, does that make the PS4 games seem retro since they're so old? I mean, yeah, that's definitely got to have something to do with it. But can a PS4 be retro? Can a 20-year-old play that as a kid? I am totally not doing the numbers in my head. I mean, it's totally possible, but when did the PS4 come out? But yes, to answer your question, yes. Regardless of the numbers, I would believe my definition of retro might be slightly different than, you know, like you said, a 20-year-old today.
concentrating, I should be able to open this door for you.
But to be fair, too, what's retro to me varies greatly differently than somebody who's that young, because, like, all the games that are coming out nowadays don't really look that different than, you know, PS4 days. Like, when we had a jump in consoles, there was a significant change. Like, going from NES to SNES was like night and day. Like, you can ID an NES versus a SNES game just by looking at it. Whereas, like, you know, PS4 and PS5, sure, you can check it out and look that, but really it's not that much different. Because I've been noticing, like, screenshots of, like, The Last of Us. Like, oh, they've remade that game like 16 times already, and it's only been like 15 years or so, or not even that much since the original one released. And they do the comparisons, like, oh, here's the Xbox version, the PC version, the PS4 version, and the PS5 version. It's like, well, other than a little bit of bloom or shadow improvement, the PS4 and PS5 look practically identical. Like, now if The Last of Us released on NES and then PS5, like, okay, you're going to have a way different experience. You're right, though, the labeling of the retro is subjective and varies depending on the person. I'm sure there's an official definition somewhere, but I feel like it's, yeah, a personal experience more than anything. Newest Monster Hunter looks like a PS3 game. Sorry, not sorry. There, good example right there. I don't really play Monster Hunter games. I know a little bit about them. I have Monster Hunter whatever for the 3DS, but there's a great example. It looks like a PS3 game, and it's on the PS5, so if Monster Hunter were around in even like the N64 days, it would look way different. But I don't know. That's just me. That might be another element to consider when you're like gonna call something retro or not. I mean, you could have done that in the first place, but all right, buddy. These poor animals, they're just misguided. It's like, yeah, be angry at the monks. They're the ones feeding you to that thing. Don't, like, come after me, man. I'm a fellow animal. I love that a lot of these enemies don't just attack normally, like coming up and hitting you with their hooves or mauling you with claws or whatever. They almost always either roll at you or try to body slam you or do something else goofy.
Who needs a key when you know how to chant like this?
It still runs like shit. Only thing that's with me in that game is the blonde, busty, muscle blacksmith lady. Hello. Now you have my attention. A 1969 Mustang Mach 1 looks better than a 1970 Mach 1. There, yeah. Similar comparison. Except that's just a year apart. Both are retro though, right? I'm in the mindset of hundoing still. I need to not worry about that. I can't even hundo these stages.
Are too big to be charged. Your flame attack should easily take care of large enemies.
She's just telling me this because she wants some roasted yak to eat. I think Zoe's a lot bigger than the fairies in the first game, too. Maybe she's the fairy matriarch or something. I don't know. He's the only named one, anyways. Double goat kill!
Each time you defeat an enemy, it will release a spirit particle. The spirit particles will activate the power-up in that world. If a power-up isn't active, you need to defeat more enemies.
So, more proof that Spyro is evil. He's a warlock, harvesting souls in order to gain power. Give me your soul, yak! Funny, I think people our age kind of gatekeep the term retro. We were the generation that grew up with video games. Yeah, we were the ones... I mean, video games existed slightly before we were born, but they more or less got rolling by the time, you know, we were growing up. We're the ones suffering through the insanely difficult NES and SNES games without the help of YouTube. Yup. We're the ones that remember the Sega Scream. Sega! Not these damn kids today. These damn kids! They probably think the Wii is retro. I mean, I consider it retro, at least retro adjacent. That last time you streamed this, I totally exposed Spyro as the Nazi dragon he is. Yes! Definitely. What about late Gen Xers that defend the hell out of Atari games? I will defend the hell out of Atari games. I had my little grubby kid hands on an Atari back in the day. Play some Joust. Space Invaders. Asteroids. Although I'll admit, maybe a handful of times I actually touched an actual Atari, but I played those arcade games a lot too.
Hey, look what I can do.
Look what I can do. Stuart, where'd you find that? Found it on the bathroom floor. Don't eat it, Stuart. Oop. But yeah, I'm pretty sure we can all agree on the point, though, that modern gaming has a lot of misses with all the crap they're trying to pull. I won't get into a huge long rant about it, because frankly, my voice might not handle it, but yeah, all the microtransactions and frickin' season passes and shit that just keeps bleeding money out of you, games as a service, like, literally can go in the other room and plug in a Sega cart and be playing within 10 seconds, like, no DLCs, no downloading shit. No discs with no content, just a download link. We got big, awesome looking boxes to put them in that were durable. We had game manuals, a lot of them were full color and explained the story and everything. Oh. Hell, somewhere down the line, in the middle of it all, we'd even get coupons for other games or, you know, online time when that started becoming a thing. When the service shit began. I kind of think things are retro once they are discontinued and hard to play current day. That's a fair assessment, Tiny. Like when they shut down the online services and shops make like icky for you, it's retro. That's a fair line. My line, I would say, is about 2.5 generations. Which is probably around when that stuff would start getting difficult to acquire. Charge a goat in Colossus is an achievement? What? They should have called that one Butthead. Hey, the power-up activated. Back in my day, real gamers had a figure Thaco. Well, that was how you got your hours out of a game, though. You had to repeat playing it so much to learn where everything was and to even survive that long in the game. You were lucky if you got continues or passcodes or whatever on a game. Fuck, I'll admit, some NES games I had to use the frickin' Game Shark or Game Genie in order to actually finish them. Like POW, Prisoners of War. That was like a beat-em-up side-scroller that I absolutely loved as a kid. That was absolutely out of my theme of games I normally play. But my god, there's no way I was getting past like the second level without a frickin' infinite bullet cheat or something. You could get guns and stuff in that game. They weren't super common because it was supposed to be a beat-em-up game, but Game Genie code that unlocks unlimited bullets and you can just pick up the first gun in the game, a freaking machine gun or something, and just carry it through the whole game. Abu. Hey, that looks like a golden egg over there, but that is not an item. More of a golden nipple, really. Whoa! Weird little glitch there. I've been watching documentaries on old history of old video games and one of the Commodore 64. I think they're actually amazing. Crazy how they came up with the design of the games. They didn't have a reference for what a video game was. Nowadays we know a video game because we've all played so many of them. Back then they haven't been invented. What they did with the meager technology is mind-blowing. Yes. Like, it was crazy because in a lot of those old consoles and stuff, you could see the progression of what they were able to discover, what they could do with that processing power. It's like, I don't know, just throwing out an example, like early Nintendo 64 games, like, oh, we had Mario and stuff, highly polygonal, cartoonish, simple looking, and then toward the end of that console, it's like, oh, look at like GoldenEye or Perfect Dark or whatever, like, not that those looked realistic, but at the time, that was like mind-blowing how like close they could get the characters to look like their movie counterparts and stuff. Or even like Xbox comparing, here's a good example, Halo 1 versus Halo 2. That wasn't even that super far apart, but look how much different they look than from one another. Over there. Oh, not this way anyway. Ah, here we go. Habu. Something I already did? Or don't need to do. Okay, excellent. We're gonna go to the end of the stage. Well, there's a couple things there that I have yet to do. You have some original game designs these 2 days for sure, but sure, a lot of less new thinking now, just people that did before. Yeah, how many people copied Halo's like overshield and shit, and even just the general layout, like, oh, melee is this button, shoot is this button, yada yada. And yeah, no, they just ride trends anymore, and more stuff I hate about modern gaming. Or, you know, it's the 20th iteration of a game in the series, and it doesn't really play that differently than before. It's just a graphics update and new maps or something. Like, yeah, I'm talking about like Call of Duty and shit. I've never gotten into those games.
Even though
I don't fault you if you do. Lots of people love them, but
that Yeti. He's pretty tough though. In fact, I'm not sure you're up to it.
But yeah, back then it was like, sure, you had like your Sonics and your Marios and stuff that were numbered iterations, but those were kind of uncommon. I wouldn't say rare, but uncommon. I had like 3,000 Commodore 64 games growing up, so I got to explore a lot of it. That was me in DOS games. I had 1 billion shareware games, and yeah, I got to explore around. One of the documentaries they talked about how insane it was when the mouse was introduced. So funny today, but back then it was revolutionary. We take it for granted. Oh no, totally. I could say I didn't have a computer that never had a mouse, but I did explore with DOS a lot, so you couldn't use a mouse in DOS for some time. They eventually made it so you could, but we made fun of one guy that played Doom games in multiplayer with a mouse, using a mouse for FPS. He was on to something. That was before you could look up and down in Doom. Well, you still can't technically, but with mods, yeah, like boot. And my brain farting. Brutal Doom. I'm like, it's on the tip of my brain. Brutal Doom. Like, makes it so you can look up and down and jump and stuff, but God, that's crazy. Guild Wars 2 looks very different. Guild Wars 1, yet they made them on the same engine. That's nuts. I didn't know that. Yeah.
I thought the Yeti was tougher than that. I guess he was all bark. Ruff, ruff. Anyway, I was just guarding our sacred talisman to make sure the Yeti didn't eat it.
Ooh. one more thing I can do before I leave here. I know that is like a mouse with Doom. What you used up, down, left, and right? You didn't even use WASD back then. You still used it. I mean, some people may have at some point, but oh, that was up, down, left, and right. It's half the reason I had carpal. Well, still do probably, but carpal tunnel in my one hand. I played fucking Doom so much on the keyboard. Flop. We managed to get a hold of Alpha Build, the Quake 1 that only had the multiplayer maps. We played that thing so much at LAN parties. Bro. What a thing to have back in the day, right? I remember when I was excited. We didn't get it to work well for long, but me and Shanulu a couple of times were able to hook up through, I think it was TCP IP. We faked the computers out into thinking they were connecting to locally, but it was over the internet. And we were able to play Doom multiplayer for a short while. It stopped working for some reason or another, and we just decided to not try anymore, but...
Ah, Spyro, welcome. We have found that hockey is a peaceful and calming sport. Would you like to join in a match against our goalkeeper?
Our goalkeeper? No, it's way too cold.
You have 2 minutes to score 5 goals in the red goal.
God, ugly. Ooh. Hey, I just spit it out. Fuck. His expression changes. Ooh. Can't remember, maybe I'm wrong here, but I feel like Spyro was much faster on the ice in the OG. Falls for the same trick every time. Maybe cover your other side, scrub. I'm gonna cover this side this time. Oh, it worked! Alright, we'll fool him with the old trick then. Ooh. I suck at this. Owned.
Have this.
We started so early at that shit, we played Doom multiplayer on a null modem serial cable hooked between 2 computers, hell yeah. We transferred Doom over the cable and got like 15 kilobytes a second. He shoots, he scores. Yeah, oh my god, I was on a 33.3K connection back in the day. I didn't even have the 56K. Woo, those were times, Tiny. He shoots, he scores!
Would you like to try a game of one-on-one? The first to score 5 goals wins. You are shooting...
I am shooting at the red goal. Come on, God. Am I just gonna do fucking laps around this ice rink or what? Where were you? The dude didn't even shoot it. Fuck off. There, I can flame his ass. I'm shooting at the red goal. Oh, so you're gonna sit there and frickin' okay, whatever. I don't have a timer on this one though. Okay? Am I losing hit points to this? Sniped it. Absolutely sniped it. Hell out of here. I'll kill you before I give you a chance. The goalies are just playing now. What the fuck? Damn, can't freaking flame the goalie. Dude! Fuck off. Dude, I wish I could spin around a little bit faster. There we go. It's just like the old NES game, right? I just sit here and abuse the stupid player. Yeah, shit. Dude! Off my balls! Off of them! Shit, I couldn't get an angle. Goaltender interference! Yeah, you keep doing it to me, punk. Step off these nuts. Step off! Oh, you son of a bitch. That wasn't even in your hitbox. Dude, go away. God. Shit, wrong angle. Let's see if I can sneak it in there, whatever. Got him again. Own. Damn, I was scared of that. There. Shit. I screwed up that little eagle there. Fuck. Ooh. Ooh. I'm having more fun just terrorizing him. Man, go. Go, man, go. Damn, I couldn't catch up to it. There we go. There it is. Goal!
Have this. If you stare at it long enough, you might not see anything.
2 minutes in the box for incinerating the defense. He shoots, he scores. We also transferred the Need for Speed game and went out and rented a movie and bought pizza. And when the movie was done, still wasn't finished. Yes. Most complex game of Pong, pretty much. I think the first game I linked up 2 computers on a Lotus Turbo Challenge 2. We did 2 computers, split screen, playing 4 players at once on the Amiga. This was in '93. That's intense, Tiny. Shit. I was just discovering Windows 3.1 back then. Yeah. It's neat because even though you finish, they leave the players out here to mess around. Okay. It's one more. One more just to rub it in their faces. Get out. I'm taking the puck with me. No, you can't really, but... Alright. Well, there. You guys got to see a little hockey action tonight, too. The Red Wings are playing tomorrow, so this is like the first Wednesday in a hot minute that I'm not missing a game. Seems like lately they always play on Wednesdays. It's like Damn it. Stop. Alright. Well, we can't hundo levels right now. Anyways, kind of. So. Oh. So this is where it gets dark, you know? The Yeti just ate one of those monks and now one of them just murdered another? Like, okay, well. Good to see Spyro's not the only villain in the game, huh? Wings are 1 point behind in a division with like a -7 differential. Oh my god. It's like, I want to say the Wings are doing good, but then they go on a losing streak for a few games and then it just kind of balances back out. They could be doing a lot worse. I'm going to be positive about it. Gibson's been showing promise. I mean, like, what? He, like, won 7 games in a row or something like that? I kind of lost track, I'm not going to lie. Yeah. But, alright. Guys, I think I'm going to end it there because I'm really pushing to keep my voice going. And it's about getting to be that time that I kind of wanted to end anyways. I will go back to 6-hour streams before too terrible long. I'm thinking probably whenever Brock and I finish up Borderlands 4, if we don't go on to another game together, I will probably go back to 6 hours then. But, excuse me. Because I've been... Oh, I could grab that, couldn't I? No, that's too far. That orb bouncing over there. I ain't going to him. He's crap. But, yeah, no. I'll do 6 hours later on after we're done doing that stuff, but I've kind of been enjoying resting my voice a little bit, so we're going to stick with the 4 hours for at least a little while longer. We are doing D&D this Saturday, so don't miss that. We're going to have a freaking continue our awesome dinosaur jungle experience that we're getting into. Getting into a bit of Spike's backstory here, so that'll be interesting. Oh, giant dinosaurs, by the way, because apparently these red crystals make them grow. I want to try to shower before going to bed. Yeah, typically you and Brock have been piecing out around 10. I mean, I'll go back to 6 hours regardless either way at some point, but I don't want to push Brock too hard when he's co-streaming here, because he's frankly doing me a huge favor by co-streaming with me. He's not really getting any cred or anything for it, and he's great fucking company. I always say it after I end stream. I'm like, damn, I love streaming with Brock because we have so many fucking jokes and stuff we have, and he's just a great co-host in general anyways. I've said my entire life that I've known him that the dude needs to go into sports announcing or something. Got a voice that can make a Wolverine purr, right? But, yeah. Plus, you both are sick and need your rest, so go get your rest. I'll feel bad if I keep you guys for that much longer. I snoozed for like an hour of your stream tonight. I noticed a little bit of disappearing. No, that's fine. You get your rest, bro. I'm totally not holding that over you. Nothing against you. Well, nothing against you. What now? No, dude, get your rest. I feel bad holding you guys. Like, not that you're here against your will or anything, but yeah, next Wednesday, if Brock is feeling good, we will be back to Borderlands 4. If not, I'll be more than happy to continue this until he's ready. And then Saturday will be D&D. AM, please get well by then. No, I'm gonna stay sick, just cause. But no, for real, guys, get well. I feel bad that y'all are feeling bad and whatnot. It sucks. It's going around. I'm right there with you. Sparks is apparently too. But yeah, next Wednesday I'll be back doing whatever. I only just remembered I should shower a few minutes ago. Well, hopefully that makes you feel a little bit better. I don't know about the rest of y'all, but when I'm fresh out of a shower, it gives me at least 10% of my energy back. Maybe more on certain days. But, thanks, man. I have a great time, too. I feel so bad I had to cancel on you. I just knew it was going to be hard. Dude, it's hard for me to talk. I can't imagine you, who's actually sick, or recovering anyways, would have an easier time of it. Especially considering we would both yap probably a lot more than I did even tonight playing Spyro, even though I didn't really shut up through the whole thing, but I am forcing myself now. So, Broctimus, AM, Glamrock, Tiny. Who else? Jugs was here for a little bit. Morgan too, technically. Anybody I might have missed? I apologize. My brain ain't what it used to be. But you guys have a great time. Tiny, it was so great seeing you and yapping some retro with you. I always love when you swing by, man. Everybody, actually. But be back here Saturday, 8:30. Awesome dinosaur adventure. Or next Wednesday for more Borderlands or this, depending on where fate takes us. Thanks for the fun, man. Always see you show your Spyro skills. D&D on Saturday. Oh, yeah, you know it. Take care, gang. Yeah. All right. No, I'm going to shut up so I can rest my voice. Everybody have a great week. Have a great weekend. And I feel like I wanted to yap about something, but I'll think of it when it's like 2 in the morning and I'm trying to go to sleep. But have a great night, everybody. I will catch you Saturday, if not next week. And keep your stick on the ice. Laters.